Argyle.
That's 100%.
Nice.
It'll come to me, but they're one of the famous designers, graduated from Carolina, and he designed those Argyle sides to replace the infamous Tar Heels.
The Noles are in the gold tops, gold shorts, Seminoles across the chest in garnet, garnet numerals, garnet and white trim. The story from last night's film session, Stan Jones showed the team the tape the last time Carolina was number 3 in the country in 2012, the Davidas Dulkes game, 90-57. The Noles were supposed to wear white. You were on the bench that day. The Noles were supposed to wear white. Darren Green and Jamir Watkins went to the equipment room and said, we want to wear gold because that's what you wore that day in the big win over the Tar Heels.
100%. Dickie V sat right over here and said there was no chance Florida State could win the game. And Dulkes had the game of his life and just set that thing off for everyone.
Top 2 teams in the ACC going head-to-head. Ball in the air. Tap control by Baba Miller. And right to left as we watch it. Man-to-man defensively, Carolina. Watkins coming off a great game. Down low, bad pass. Worley unable to grab it. And a turnover right off the bat, 12 seconds in.
Not what you're looking for, but hey, got to do it on D right here.
Here's some full court pressure into R.J. Davis. A scary, scary good player. At 21 points per game, he's made 58 threes on the season. Cano driving on Watkins all the way to the rack, dumps it down to Ingram, lays it up, misses the money, no good. Offensive rebound, and the ball's tied up. Bodies hit the floor, jump ball. Arrow points at Carolina. Crowd likes the physicality from Watkins.
Gotta love that energy right there. But right there, Ingram doing what he does. He's going to put it up, and he's got that quick acceleration to go back up and get his rebound again, which is just what he did. But Watkins right there, wrapping him up, doing a great job, just outmanning him.
Zone defense, lob over the top to Davis. The up fake in the corner. Ingram back to Davis. Man-to-man defensively. Davis the cross on the drive. Picks up his dribble, knocked away by Watkins. Ingram has a left corner, 10 to shoot. Guarded by Deontay Green. Ingram can't shoot the 3. Swings over Cano. 5, 4. Along the baseline, floater on the way. Reynolds off, no good. Tap to Cano. Back out Ryan, top of the key, 3. No good. And Paula Miller for a big rebound.
Ryan turned his ankle the other night against Wake Forest, so we'll see if it hurts him on that jumper.
Watkins around Ryan. Reverse layup blocked by Baycott and saved by Davis. A volleyball spike into the hardwood. Now Davis racing the other way, left to right. Davis slows it down. And back out to Cano. Guarded by Jalen Worley. Between the keys, setting it up. Off a high ball screen, Cano. Now guarded by Deontay Green. Driving around Green. Scoop shot good by the freshman Elliott Cano.
Taking advantage of the switch at the top right there, but they kind of pinned Worley, and then he just drove right by him for that layup.
2-0. North Carolina just underway, 90 seconds in. Carolina smothering defensively. Watkins a floater on the way, in and out, no good. Baycott a rebound. Leads the Tar Heels with a double-double on average. Ryan all the way to the rack, driving, kicking. Davis, the up fake. Davis gets downhill, pass in the corner. Ryan, extra pass, Cano, wide open 3. No good. Offensive rebound, Ingram. Down low, Baycott, strong underneath. Ripped away by Garrett Green Jr., a turnover.
Baycott's laying all over the floor trying to get a call, but he's going to have to play physical.
Miller, nice pass, Worley, but Baba ran over Ryan and a charge. And Baba picks up his first as he knocked over Ryan, throwing the ball to the baseline to Worley.
That's a tough break offensively, but it's a bigger tough break because you sit there and you take a hit with a foul on Baba. But he's right there waiting on him. You got to turn around to see that happening.
Nearly a sellout. Everything is full outside of to our right behind the hoop.
I talked to Jonathan DeMott this morning. He said there was just a few hundred left this morning, so you got to think the walk-up's going to sell this bad boy out.
2 minutes in, 2-0. Carolina, number 3 team in the country, 8-0 in ACC play. Cano with the bucket, crossing over, driving on Worley. Cano around the corner. Get that out of here, says Deontay Green, but a foul. It's a call down low.
It's a good call. Worley was all crossed up, reaching all over the place, trying to get back in front of him. Ramey Steins gave him a break, tried to, but since he didn't make it, he called it.
That's his first. And team foul number 2. So Cano at the line. He reclassified, came to Carolina after his junior year of high school. Honestly, he's a high school senior.
Exactly.
Now.
He played for a buddy of mine. Billy Armstrong was assistant coach at LSU, Ole Miss, UAB. So he's had a great high school coach there, but he's just a special talent, as you can see the way he can just handle the ball.
Not a great free throw shooter. First one, though, is up and good. 37% at the line coming in. for Elliot Cano. Played at the Link Academy in Branson, Missouri last year. No problems there. Made them both. And knocks him down. 4-0 score early on. Knowles still looking to dent this scoreboard. Nearly 2.5 minutes in. Darren Green guarded by Davis. Here's Watkins. Driving on Ryan. Bounce pass along the baseline. Worley kicks out Miller. A left wing three. Coming. Bucket! Baba Miller from way downtown. It's 17-3 of the year.
Nobody respects that shot for him, but he can make it.
It's full court pressure, and Armando Baycott's got to call a timeout. There you go. All three brought to you by Scott & Wallace, the official law firm of Florida State Athletics. Scott & Wallace with offices in Tallahassee. So, you dent the scoreboard. Maybe you have some nerves, maybe some jitters in front of a great home crowd. Or really early on in this game. Give me some early thoughts, what you've seen so far.
Well, that's really the first offense we got to see from Florida State. The first possession was kind of botched up when they threw it out of bounds. Right there, then you get Baba with a weird charge running over Ryan, which gives you a lost turnover again. And then here you are, you get the first possession, you get a good look, and you knock the three down. So that feels pretty good. Carolina there's no flow going right now because you had free throws or whatever. But I will say this, you've got to stop Cadeau. Cadeau is moving the ball the way he wants to move it, up and down the floor. However, they're not keeping him in front. It'll be interesting to see when Primo gets in there how he can contain Cadeau and his quickness.
4-3 early on in our ball game. And Baba Miller buries the long triple. 8.1 points, 5.1 rebounds per game. Played great Tuesday night at 12 points and 5 of 7 from the floor at Syracuse.
Switched off. Watkins is now kind of picking up Cadeau to see if he keeps him in front.
Early switch on the freshman point guard, Cadeau.
It's a double deuce now, 2-on-2.
Now Cadeau will drive on Watkins, driving, kicking, Davis. Wide open three. That's good. Too easy.
That's going to be the situation is if you help, and you can't help off the corner, man, because it's going to be R.J. Davis.
That's his 59th three of the year. 7-2. Carolina early. Watkins probing. Watkins back out. Deontay Green, a right wing triple. No good. And the rebound to Ingram. We got whistles. And what do we have? Pointing at Darren Green. Something on the floor.
Yeah, it's like something white. Somebody's, they wear these little monitors in their uniforms.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's Carolina's monitor fell out the back of their undershirt.
Okay.
Tracks their steps and, you know.
Yep.
They can't wear their iPhone or iWatch out there. So
no, you can't. Yeah. Not like Keon Coleman and Johnny
Speaking
Wilson
of that,
during
Argyle,
the football season.
Alexander Julian is the designer that graduated from Carolina.
Okay. Gotcha. Understood. Good stuff there. They've got designer news from Jacob Ridenauer here.
I grew up in North Carolina. That's the only reason.
On the podcast. Here's Ingram, the up fake. Again, he can shoot the three. He launches that one, and that's good. Back-to-back triples by the Tar Heels. Harrison Ingram now with 32 threes on the season. 10-3. Green rises for a triple. Got it! Darren Green Jr. from way downtown is 49th three of the year.
He was shooting good in warm-ups. It's nice to see the first one.
Here, Watkins. Watkins looking for Darren Green. Davis all over him. Green off a screen. He'll rise for a triple. In and out, no good. Deontay put back up and in. Nice job slipping to the rim after he set the screen.
Absolutely. The big's got to get in there and just be ready. That's a great move. Just a
Baycott is getting away with throwing elbows and Deontay Green down low. How do you not call that?
It's all he does. That's his offensive game, is to get in there and try to bully you.
Ingram right wing off a couple of triples. Now Davis.
Baba Miller at 6'11", guarding R.J. Davis. Davis going to try a mile-long step-back three. Count it. Holy smokes. That's four threes. 2 by Ingram, 2 by Davis. Carolina 5 of 9 from the floor, 4 of 6 from 3. It's 16-8, and an offensive foul called on Florida State for a moving screen. That'll send us to a timeout. Carolina is bringing in Trimble and Withers. The foul is called on Worley, and that's his second for FSU. So Carolina reining in some jump shots early, leading 16-8. 15:02 to go, first half in Tallahassee from Learfield.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talking basketball. But legendary teams let their performance do the talking. Like the Ford Bronco SUV. Rugged and powerful, so you can conquer just about any terrain. Connectivity that allows you to stay in touch. Designed to make your adventures worth talking about for years to come. Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. That's what legends are made of. See your Carolina Ford dealer today. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Harris Teeter is proud to assist its customers and communities every day with their food and pharmacy needs. This season, Harris Teeter has partnered with UNC, NC State, Duke, and Wake Forest to present the Big Four Grocery Assist promotion. Each week, one lucky fan is chosen to win $5 in free groceries for every assist by each Big Four school that week. Harris Teeter will also donate $10 for every assist throughout the season to each school's local food bank to support those in need. Visit harristeeter.com and look for the Big Four Grocery Assist page to enter today.
At Reed's Jewelers, we know that the rules of engagement were made to be broken. So don't settle for the first ring you see in the case. When you put a ring on it, make the moment your own with something that's just as unique as your love. Whether you're going big, keeping it subtle, or finding a happy medium, we're here to help you say I do with a one-of-a-kind design. Because doing things your way is what makes them mean everything. Reed's Jewelers, an official partner of Tar Heel Sports. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers in-store or online at reeds.com to chat with an expert.
Tar Heels have started hot. 5 of 9 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. That's aided them to a 16-8 early lead over Florida State. Those stats presented by Lenovo, smarter technology for all. And a reminder that we are brought to you in part by Food Lion, which is proud to sponsor the Score to Give More program. For each free throw the Heels make today, Food Lion Feeds will donate 100 meals to a local area food bank. So, Pete, Carolina has 14 points on his last 5 possessions. That aided by some three-point shooting. Harrison Ingram has knocked in 2. He had been just 4 of his last 15 from 3. RJ Davis has shot the 3 well all year. He's made 2 as well. And Carolina up by 8 here early on.
Yeah, you can't ask for much more. Actually, you could. We missed a couple of gimmies really early, but the shots we're getting have been magnificent. But the driving, the penetration, the rebounding, all together is a great start offensively. Got to keep it up. It's going to be hard to maintain that pace.
Remember also that Florida State did foul before that timeout. And so it's the second on Worley. He will sit down as FSU brings in Taylor Bowen. He's into the game for the first time, a freshman from Jericho, Vermont. Originally, he was actually born in a refugee camp in Egypt and eventually made his way to the United States. He did not play in the game against Carolina in Chapel Hill. Other subs, Primo Spears is in as well for Florida State. Carolina has brought in Seth Trimble and Jalen Withers as Trimble drives, sends it over to RJ Davis, takes a step-back 3, no good. Rebound tipped around to Florida State. It was Cadeau and Ryan who sat down for Carolina with Trimble and Withers coming in. So it's Davis, Trimble, Withers, Ingram, and Baycott out there for the Heels as Florida State works in the half court. Primo Spears dribbling on the right side, hounded by Trimble. Gets deep on the right, his pass back to the middle of the floor, tipped and turned over. Here come the Heels the other way. RJ Davis sprinting front side on the left, has to weave his way through traffic. Oh, somehow ends up at the rim, hands it off to Withers, who can't finish over the challenge from the left side. I think RJ Davis could have shot that from the right. Instead, he tried to pass it to Withers, who couldn't score, as meanwhile there is a foul on the other side, with Withers called for the foul against the driving Watkins. First foul on Withers and first on Carolina. Pete, the pace is aggressive right now.
Yeah, really impressive. I think Jalen was a little surprised by that pass. Usually he finishes those.
Also in for Florida State for the first time is Chandler. Well, Chandler Jackson no longer in. Excuse me. He had come in, but Watkins and Green still in there in the backcourt. It's Cam Corrin who has now come in for Florida State. The Noles like to rotate players in and out frequently as Bull Bowen has it at the free throw line, sends it to Primo Spears. Shot clock is down to 2. Spears trying to dance by Armando Bacot, has to force up a bad shot at the shot clock horn and only hit the backboard as Davis quickly gets it other way to Bacot with the long pitch ahead. Armando lays it in. He'll have a chance for 3.
That's a great rim run and great find.
So Bacot's first basket makes it 18-8, and now Florida State has taken a timeout with 13:29 to go. The foul on Florida State was called on Darren Green Jr., his first, 4th on FSU. So 2 on Worley, 1 on Baba Miller, 1 on Darren Green. Carolina's been called for 1 on Jalen Withers. Now each team has taken that use it or lose it timeout that you can't take with you to the second half. Carolina had to take it early when it could not get the ball in, and now Leonard Hamilton, just not liking what he's seeing, takes the timeout as well. Pete, what a nice pitch ahead there by R.J. Davis. You mentioned rim run. We've heard that a couple times here through the last couple of games. What do you mean when you say that with Armando Bacot?
Well, when you got a big guy who can run the court, you really want them to get down to a sprint to that rim as quick as they can, no matter what's going on anywhere else. And then the guards, if the guards are pushing the ball up the court, that's the first look always. And we got away from that. You know, the former analyst Tyler Zedler was great at that. That's kind of a Carolina thing, so it's good to see tonight.
Yeah, Bacot has done that a couple times. I mean, he's done that his whole career, but he's done that really well here recently. And nice pitch. I mean, that pass from R.J. Davis came from about the mid-court stripe to Bacot on the low left block, who caught it and went immediately up for the left-handed layup and foul. So he'll go to the line to try and complete the three-point play. Anytime you play Florida State, got to see if they sub during a dead ball, and it looks like they'll keep the same 5 on the floor, as will the Tar Heels, who have Davis, Trimble, Withers, Ingram, and Bacot out there, although Jalen Washington now will come to the scorers table for Carolina. As Bacot hits the free throw, presumably Washington will replace him. He will. So Washington, the sophomore from Gary, Indiana, will see his first action of the day. Armando Bacot gets a big high five and slap on the backside from Hubert Davis as he comes to the bench. Primo Spears, transfer from Georgetown, did not play in the first game against Carolina. Flips a pass, middle of the floor to Jameer Watkins. Cormac Ryan goes to the scorers table for the Heels. Watkins driving against Ingram, can't finish, right side. Withers with the rebound, the long pitch ahead to Trimble, who missed the finger roll. Trimble was way up in the air. I think he could have dunked it. Instead, he tried to lay it in, and he missed it. Meanwhile, Florida State airballs a transition 3 the other side. R.J. Davis tries to lob it to Withers. He can't finish. Here comes FSU the other way. Back and forth they go. Still an 11-point Tar Heel lead at 19-8. Florida State will try another jump shot. It's good from the corner. Jameer Watkins hits the corner 3. Carolina had 2 transition opportunities, particularly Trimble's was one that you just have to convert. Davis has it knocked away from behind. This is going to turn into an uncontested run out for Spears. Oh, he almost missed the layup, but gets it to roll in. Carolina just now able to get it in. Hubert Davis frustrated with his team's lack of cohesiveness on that sequence as FSU has quickly cut Carolina's lead from 11 to 6 on a 5-0 run. R.J. Davis, well out on the right. Bounce pass right of the lane. It goes to Withers. Jab step, pulls up for the mid-range jumper. Too strong. Rebound caroms right in the hands of Jameer Watkins to Darren Green. Hesitation. Gets Withers on skates for a second, but he recovers. And now Florida State will set up in the half court as Cadeau and Ryan wait at the scorer's table for Carolina. Big screen gets Spears to the free throw line. Can't hit the jumper. Rebound tipped to Florida State, though, and put in by Bowen. Bowen, right place, right time. It's a 7-0 Florida State run. Carolina's lead is down to 4. Seth Trimble. Backdoor, Jalen Washington hammers it home right on top of the Seminoles.
Great find.
That was Corin rotating over. Washington did not hesitate and threw it down with the right hand. That stops that run to make it 21-15. Tar Heels by 6. Florida State on the perimeter. Darren Green. Over to Watkins, to Corin. Right back to Watkins, guarded by Ingram. Ingram picks his pocket. Ingram going to head the other way. He'll attack and has his shot blocked at the rim. Carolina recovers, though, to R.J. Davis. Open 3, no good. And a rebounding foul going to be called on Florida State. Boy, there have been some incredibly athletic plays by both sides here early on. That foul was called on Corin, his first, 5th on FSU. Gracious. 10:54 to go first half. Carolina 21, Florida State 15. Heels have led by as many as 11 early on. Both these teams have come to play. Heels up 6, 10:54 to go first half from Learfield.
For any surface and every season, Continental Tire is the smart choice in tires. From ultra-high-performance tires like the Extreme Contact Sport to passenger touring tires to all-terrain light truck tires like the Terrain Contact AT, Continental has a tire that gives you confidence no matter the road conditions. Whether you're looking for summer, all-season, or winter tires, Continental Tire has something to fit your needs. Visit ContinentalTire.com to find your ideal tire. Continental Tire, a proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. You can't control other motorists, but you can control how you operate your vehicle. Avoid distractions while driving, like texting or checking social media. You can't drive safely unless driving has your full attention. Any non-driving activity you engage in increases your risk of crashing. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoHeels.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill.
2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
We're on the road with Honda dealers of the Carolinas. If you're a Tar Heel fan, don't just cheer for the best, drive the best. Drive a Honda. Better hurry, they're going fast. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
This has been an aggressive, fast-paced game thus far. Carolina 21, Florida State 15. 10:54 to play in the first half in Tallahassee. Carolina will have the ball after the rebounding foul was called on Cam Corin of Florida State before the timeout. We're brought to you in part by Fairfield by Marriott, part of the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio of hotels and a proud partner of Carolina Athletics. And the Good Feet store. If you have foot, knee, hip, or back pain, Good Feet Arch Supports are engineered to support all 4 arches to provide pain relief, balance, and comfort. Try them for yourself. Book your free fitting today at goodfeet.com. And Pete, the athleticism on display, we've seen from both sides some dunks, some blocks, just running up and down the court. This has been a pretty wide open game so far.
Yeah, love the pace, but I think their athleticism has proven difficult on some of those finishes. You got to be really strong, pretty much dunk it, or you're going to get it blocked. Love our shot selection. I love our defense. Pretty much getting out and running, but got to be able to finish some of those. That's going to be important down the stretch.
Let's see who Carolina comes out of this huddle with. It's going to be Cadeau, Trimble, Ryan, Withers, Washington. So R.J. Davis heads to the bench for the first time. He has 6 points. He and Harrison Ingram each with 6 to lead the Tar Heels scoring. So you have 3 subs in Trimble, Withers, and Washington, and 2 starters in Cadeau and Ryan. As the 5 on the floor, Trimble has some trouble getting it in. Does in the corner to Jalen Washington. He tried to pass it to Withers, tipped away. Withers able to recover, though, and set up the offense, although the shot clock's down to 11. Cadeau, crossover, drives to the right elbow, pitches out to Cormac Ryan, back to Cadeau. Shot clock down to 5. Cadeau tried to pass it in the corner, left to Trimble, and it was taken away by Bowen. Pitch ahead is knocked free by Cormac Ryan, but Ryan stepped on the baseline as he took the pass out of the hands of Jalen Gainey, who's checked in for Florida State. Also, Chandler Jackson is in for the Seminoles. Now, Baycott will return. He'll replace Jalen Washington. Also, Josh Nickelberry is into the game for the first time for Florida State. So multiple subs coming in for the Seminoles as well. They traditionally play, both these teams play a lot of guys. Carolina 9 or 10 and Florida State 10 or 11. Carolina by 6. Florida State with the basketball. Step back long 2. Nice shot. Primo Spears. He had Seth Trimble in his face. and was able to knock it home. Carolina's led by as many as 11. Florida State's cut it to 4 after making 4 of its last 5 shots. Cadeau gets a switch. The big man Gainey guarding him on the perimeter. Cadeau goes behind the back to get by him, and he's going to go to the free throw line as he was knocked down trying the layup left side. It was actually a foul on Chandler Jackson, who had rotated over. Foul on Jackson, his first, 6th on Florida State. And, Pete, we've seen that a couple times now. Cadeau, when he gets the matchup he likes, he's just going to go.
Yeah, I love his aggressiveness. I think is our offense, once we get set a little bit, we're seen to be a little bit stagnant. Kind of got to figure out what we're going to try to do offensively once they slow us down, because we're not going to be able to get those breaks all the time.
2 free throws for Cadeau. 21-17. That stays that way as the first free throw's too strong. That's Carolina's first miss. Heels have been 3 of 3. Cadeau had made a pair, and Bacot had made his only attempt. Cadeau will get another shot. Baba Miller comes back in, and Taylor Bowen, will sit down for Florida State. Next one for Cadeau. That's good. So he goes 1 of 2. And it's 22-17. Heels by 5. Largest lead has been 11. That was at 19-8. When Carolina reined in 4 consecutive threes. There's a foul off the ball going to be called on Withers, and that's his second. So Carolina's only been called for 2 fouls, but they're both on Withers. And here comes Harrison Ingram quickly to the scorer's table. Marcus Page told Brad Frederick that was 2 fouls on Withers, and Coach Fred immediately got Ingram off the bench. So Withers has to sit with his 2 fouls. 9:55 to go in the first half. Florida State long pass out to the perimeter on the inbounds to Baba Miller, guarded by Cadeau. That's a huge size mismatch, as driving in and leaving it for Gainey was Miller. He just backed in Cadeau. Bacot came to help, and when he did, good pass by Miller to Gainey for the big dunk. 22-19. Both teams shooting well, but particularly Florida State. They are 8 of 16 from the floor, including 3 of 6 from 3. Cadeau out on the perimeter. Gets it to Ingram, left of the lane. Primo Spears on his backside. Ingram going to try and back in against him. Gracious, into heavy traffic in there, and he is tied up. And the arrow will turn over to Florida State.
Well, again, once they get set on defense, we're having a little trouble getting into something.
Here comes R.J. Davis. He will replace Seth Trimble. So Carolina will have its starting 5. Cadeau, Davis, Ryan, Ingram, and Bacot. So once it was 19-8, Florida State has outscored Carolina 11-3 since then. That's why this lead is down 2-3 at 22-19. Nickelberry works it around the perimeter, ends up to Primo Spears on the left side. Out to Baba Miller, hands off to Chandler Jackson. Shot clock down to 11 for Jackson as he weaves into traffic for Florida State over to Spears. His guarded 3 is short. Rebound tapped by Baba Miller, but into R.J. Davis's hands near the timeline. And the shot, Carolina thought it was a goaltend. Doesn't get it, but Cormac Ryan gets the rebound, bowls it out to Cadeau, who finds the pass down low to Bacot for the layup. Ryan on the floor just rolled it, literally, like he was bowling down the lane out to Cadeau around the 3-point arc, who quickly passed it to Bacot for the bucket. 24-19. Hubert Davis still arguing the fact there was no goaltend there, as Baba Miller backing in against Harrison Ingram, turns around, can't score. Ingram with the rebound. Here comes Carolina. Heels the other way. Ingram takes heavy contact as the ball knocked out of his hands to Cormac Ryan, to R.J. Davis, whips it down to Bacot. He can't handle it, recovers, flips it back to Davis for the floater. Gracious. I mean, this game back and forth every second. Their bodies flying all over the place. Carolina by 7, 26-19. Well, that's a travel, as it was handed off to Chandler Jackson, who just took 3 steps with it, no whistle. Florida State works with it in the half court. Primo Spears, he's tough, drives baseline, kicks it out to Chandler Jackson. Straight on 3 is good. That's 4 threes now for Florida State. They average making 6 a game. Heels by 4. Cadeau the other way. Gets fouled at the rim again. Cadeau is going to have his 5th and 6th free throws When we return, the foul was on Jalen Gainey, his first, and 7th now on Florida State. So the Tar Heels are into the double bonus, into the bonus, but this will be 2 shots for Cadeau when action resumes as he was fouled in the act of shooting. We need to catch our breath. You might need to, too. This commercial comes at a good time. 26-22, Carolina, 7:27 to go. First half in Tallahassee from Learfield.
Would you like to learn how AI-driven financial strategies can empower you to meet evolving challenges with confidence? OneStream can help you do just that. It's the next generation intelligent finance platform that streamlines corporate performance management processes such as planning, forecasting, financial close, and consolidation. Choose the smarter option. Choose OneStream. Go to onestream.com/AI and streamline your business today.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just gotta have them. Even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles down the highway. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles Juicy Golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
Together, that's how we stay in the game, ready to play. As one great team, UNC Health is keeping you well by bringing renewed focus, approach, and dedicated services close to you. Exceptional care is what you and your family deserve. Together, let's put points on the board for life well played. Team up with UNC Health, proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
Elliot Cadeau will be at the free throw line for 2 shots. He's already taken 4 free throws today, made 3 of them. And he has 5 points to help lead the Tar Heels to a 4-point lead, 26-22. 7:27 to go in the first half. Basketball camps are back. Young men who will be in 6th or 7th grade during the 24-25 school year can apply for a scholarship through their local electric cooperative to attend the UNC basketball school this June. Apply online at ncelectriccooperatives.com/sportscamps. North Carolina's electric cooperatives building a brighter future for people and communities across the Tar Heel State. Pete, we mentioned, so Cadeau, this will be his 5th and 6th free throw. He has both for himself created some offense and gotten to the line a bunch, and with him on the court, Carolina is 7 of 11 shooting. With Cadeau on the bench, the Heels are 2 of 9 from the floor.
Yeah, that's a really telling stat. You know, he's been out there obviously pushing the ball up the court, but in the half court, it's been really impressive how he's been going to the basket, taking the advantage of that kind of size mismatch he has in his favor. He's quicker than these guys, and he's getting to the basket and then making a great pass at the end. So that's not going to be there, hopefully. I mean, they're going to probably try to cut that off, but right now he's been taking advantage of it, and we got to make sure we keep that transition up, too.
The Lenovo stats pretty even here. Carolina 9 of 20 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3. Florida State is 9 of 19 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3. Free throw line's been a difference. Carolina 4 of 5. Florida State has not taken one yet. Heels have a rebounding advantage, 13-7. Each team has turned it over 5 times already. Florida State, though, has 7 points off of Carolina's 5 turnovers as Cadeau makes the first free throw. So Cadeau had made 3 total free throws in his last 4 games, 3 of 8. He's 4 of 5 here in the first 12-plus minutes, now making really 5 of 6 in the first 12 and a half minutes of this game. And the lead is now 28-22 as Carolina going to try and pick up with some full-court pressure. Primo Spears, long pitch ahead to Watkins, but Cadeau recovers from behind, knocks the ball out of Watkins' hands over the baseline. It'll stay with Florida State. 25 on the shot clock, 7:22 on the first half game clock. Heels have their starting 5. Cadeau, Davis, Ryan, Ingram, Baycott is the 5 on the floor. Primo Spears triggers the inbounds. Gets it into Deontay Green. Can't finish as he drove from the right, tried to finish on the left. Baycott altered the shot. Heels with the defensive board. The other direction. Open three for Ingram. It was online, but a little strong. Primo Spears with the way up in the air for the aggressive rebound. He'll drive at Ryan other way, but Ryan forces him to pitch it back out to Green. That's Deontay Green. Now to Baba Miller. He'll bounce it to Watkins, trying to back in against Cadeau. Watkins, the size advantage, turns and scores, plus draws the foul. Foul is on Cadeau, his first. And Watkins will have a chance for the three-point play, and he can gut Carolina's lead down to 3 if he makes the free throw, which will be the first attempt of the afternoon for FSU.
It's a pretty big size advantage. I'd like to see him maybe dig that ball out, help him out a little bit. That's too many dribbles in the post to get somebody with an advantage.
Yeah, we've seen Florida State's tried to back in against Cadeau and Davis here early on with the size advantage they have with their guards. Free throw is good by Watkins. And it's a three-point play. It's a three-point lead, 28-25. Again, Carolina led this game 19-8. Florida State has outscored the Heels 17-9 since then. Cadeau, well out on the right wing. Bounces in the right corner to Baycott. Baycott with Darren Green on his backside. Going to back in on him. In heavy traffic, turned it over as he tried to pitch it out. And then, Cadeau called for his second foul as he bumped into a Seminole in the open court. So we just told you how well Cadeau's been playing and how different the numbers are with him on the floor. He will have to sit with 6.5 to go as Trimble comes in for him. The problem there, though, Baycott got in all kinds of trouble once he got into the paint, and his pitch-out pass intercepted. Spears lobs a pass to Watkins, one-on-one with Ryan, straight on, still outside the arc. Ryan deep in a defensive crouch. Ball goes in the corner and turned over. No, a foul was called. It's on Ingram. Florida State tried to pass it into the left corner to Baba Miller. The ball went out of bounds, but the foul called on Ingram, his fifth on Carolina. 6:14 to go, first half. Heels up 3, but they've led by as many as 11. Inbounds goes to Spears. Trimble was right there on the catch. Spears gets it to Darren Green on the left baseline. Had it tipped out of his hands, was able to recover, sends it out to Miller. Missed the long 3. Rebound knocked out by the Tar Heels. Baycott and Ingram were fighting for the ball and knocked each other off of it. Deontay Green in the mix for Florida State. It'll stay with the Noles, a fresh 20 on the shot clock for them. 28-25 Carolina. It's been an intense game thus far. Inbounds to Baba Miller, now to Watkins. Tries to drive against Baycott, and he draws the foul. That's the first on Baycott, and that should be 2 shots. As in the act of shooting, Watkins will go to the stripe. He is the only Nole to take a free throw. He made it a moment ago, and he has been shooting very well. He's taken 56 free throws in the last 8 games, 103 on the season, second most in the ACC, and he's just under 79%. The first one takes a lap around the rim and crawls off back right. It remains 28-25, now 5:58 to go.
The last 6 minutes, I think, is pretty important to reestablish kind of what we want to do on offense. And remember, our defense has got to be what carries us.
Noles shooting 45% from the floor after the second free throw goes in to make it 28-26. Full court pressure from Florida State. Trimble having trouble, and it's going to be a 5-second violation.
Yeah, he could have run the baseline there.
Yeah, Trimble didn't run the baseline, even though he had the ability to do so after the made free throw. That is turnover number 7 for Carolina. And the it was just ripped out of the air. Spears tried to lob. It was taken away by Ingram, and it turns into a foul on the other side as Trimble is fouled in transition, elevating for the layup. Ingram just leapt up and just grabbed the ball out of midair before FSU could lob it up.
That was a great play by Harrison.
Foul is on Baba Miller. That's his second. So he becomes the second Seminole, along with Worley with 2 fouls. Cadeau has 2, as does Withers for Carolina. So 2 shots for Trimble, who knocks in the first. That's his first point of the day, and it's 29-26 with 5:54 to go. Also, credit to Carolina. I mean, that took 4 seconds for Ingram to get the steal and then Trimble to get fouled on the other side. Second free throw rolls out. Front iron, backboard, front iron again, and trickled off. 29-26. Carolina 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Florida State is 2 of 3. Heels by 3, driving in on the left. Spears can't finish. Great box out and rebound rip by Ingram. Here comes Carolina the other way with the 3-point lead. Ingram, left-handed dribble in the center jump circle. Hands off to Trimble on the left wing. Here comes Zayden High and Paxton Wojcik to the scorer's table for Carolina. Ball ends up to Cormac Ryan, misses the 3. Baycott in a fight for the rebound, ends up out of bounds. Off, and now, whoa boy, Deontay Green and Baycott face to face with each other. Green is traditionally one to stir the pot. The ball, I think, belongs to Florida State. We got shielded off on what the official was ruling, and it is going to be Seminole basketball. So Wojcik and High come in. Ryan and Ingram sit down. So Carolina's gone pretty bench heavy here with 5:17 to go in the first half and a 3-point lead. They do have Davis out there with Trimble. Wojcik, High, and Baycott complete the 5 on the floor. Spinning to the rim, Watkins can't finish. There's High soaring in for the rebound. Here comes Carolina with the 3-point lead. R.J. Davis hit those 2 threes early, hadn't scored since. He can't get by Nickelberry, who's letting him hear about it. And a foul off the ball on Deontay Green for holding Baycott in the post. Foul on Green, his first. That's now 9 fouls on Florida State, so this will be a 1-and-1 for Baycott as this game continues to ratchet up.
Yeah, he's chirping, and the refs aren't even there to see any of that.
29-26 Carolina with 4:54 to go. Yeah, Green, Deontay Green, sophomore from Asheville, he is known to be chatty. 1-and-1 for Baycott. Short. So the Tar Heels have missed their last 2 free throws. Darren Green Jr. the other way. Never passed it and hits the fall away. It's a 1-point Carolina lead, 29-28. R.J. Davis comes front side on the left. Passes up high, too high. Down low to Baycott. Knocked away, and Florida State with the hustle play to keep the basketball. Knowles can take the lead. Primo Spears will try and do it with a 3. Got it. So Florida State has erased the 11-point Tar Heel lead. Carolina does not have a field goal in nearly 4 minutes. R.J. Davis quickly changes that with the 2. It's 31-31 as Davis hits the right elbow jumper. Florida State is pumped right now. Can Carolina withstand the push? Under 4 to go first half. Nickelberry guarded by Paxton Wojcik out in the center jump circle. Passes over on the right to Primo Spears. Checked by Trimble. Spears backs up to the sideline. Gets a screen. Drives and sends it out to Watkins. Watkins against the freshman Hyde. And that's going to be a travel as Watkins went up with the ball, lost it a bit, came down with the ball, and that'll be a turnover. Possession belongs to Carolina. Hyde did a nice job. He faked as though he was going to challenge the shot and kind of backed off. And when he did that, it forced the miscue by Watkins. He was confused as to what to do with the ball. Game tied at 31. 3:38 to go in the first half. Heels will have it after this from Learfield.
North Carolina's 26 electric cooperatives are partnering with outstanding educators to bring creative learning to life through the Bright Ideas Grant Program. These grants have positively impacted millions of students in all 100 counties in the Tar Heel State. Grant applications will open April 1st. Teachers, if you have a bright idea for energizing learning in your classroom, apply now by contacting your local electric cooperative or visiting ncbrightideas.com. North Carolina Electric Cooperatives, powering a brighter future.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Some people like A and others like B. At BMW, we prefer X. Like the dynamic X3, meant for ultimate exploration. The X5, built to conquer even the most difficult paths. Or the pinnacle of comfort and luxury, the X7. And since every X-Range vehicle is packed with performance and versatility, you'll always get the best of X. The BMW X-Range. Your next X-Venture starts here.
Lease a 2024 BMW iX X-Drive 50 for $799 per month. Visit TriangleBMWDealers.com.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard reads 31-31. Tar Heels and Seminoles all tied up. Carolina led 19-8 at one point. FSU has outscored the Heels 23-12 since. That Farm Bureau scoreboard brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what they do best. Our game brought to you in part by Allen Tate Realtors. Whether you're buying, selling, relocating, or seeking financing or insurance, Allen Tate can help. Allen Tate Realtors, the #1 realtor in the Carolinas with more than 70 local offices and a proud partner of Carolina Athletics. Pete, this has been a physical game, a fast game, an athletic game, and we're all tied up at 31 with 3:38 to go first half.
Yeah, we had a really great start, obviously, to the game, hitting those shots. I think maybe gave us a little false sense of how it was going to be. Once they settled in and started getting some stops, we've had a little trouble. They got some momentum, and we had a little trouble kind of ebbing that momentum and maintaining what we wanted to do on our side of the court. They're getting some open shots on their side. It's kind of balanced out, but the home court is powerful. So we got to make sure we take care of our business on the rebounding, getting some better shots, making some better decisions, and then being strong defensively. We've built our streak here based on our defense and rebounding. We got to get back to that.
Yeah, turnovers have been an issue. Carolina has 8 of them. Florida State has 11 of its 31 points off of the 8 Carolina turnovers. The Tar Heels only average 10.4 turnovers a game. That would be a low in Tar Heel history, as Wojcik has to take another timeout trying to get the ball in. So Carolina's going to only have 2 timeouts left for the rest of the game. They've had to twice take a timeout on the inbound and once took a 5-second violation. Hubert Davis is smoking angry in the huddle right now, furious that his team has continued to make the same mistake in this scenario. Boy, oh boy, Coach Davis as hot as we've seen him in a while. Frustrated that his team has had to take 2 timeouts in a close game. I mean, we still have 3:38 to go in the first half. Heels will come out with this unique 5 of Davis, Trimble, Wojcik, High, Baycock. It'll be Wojcik again to throw it in. And gets it into R.J. Davis. Hubert Davis yells, "It worked," to his team in a little bit of frustration. All right, game tied at 31. R.J. Davis, the drive and dish. Zayden High got the layup, but he stepped on the baseline. It was a really nice play as Davis got it to High, cutting down the baseline, but right underneath the basket. High went up and under and scored, but stepped on the baseline first. So it'll be Florida State ball, 31-31. Trimble works around a high screen to try and stay with Spears as he kicks it to Watkins for 3. Florida State has made as many threes in the half as they traditionally make in a game. They are 6 of 11 from 3. Wojcik gets it into R.J. Davis. Fighting through bumper cars to get front side and ends up losing the ball over the baseline. That is turnover number 10 for Carolina. Ingram in, high, out. 34-31 Florida State. Noles are 13 of 27 from the field. Most importantly, though, 6 of 11 from 3. They made 12 in Chapel Hill, tied for the most that they've made in any game this season. They are the 11th best three-point shooting team in the conference. They're going to try another and make another. Spears. That's 7 threes for Florida State. And now a 6-point lead, 37-31. Noles shooting 50% from the floor and 58% from 3. Trimble, crossover and drive, and he's fouled.
Their pressure is obviously bothering us on the full court, bringing the ball up the court. Also in the half court, we got to find a way to kind of calm down a little bit, get better shots, better possessions.
That foul was on Watkins, his first, but 10th on FSU, so it's 2 shots for Carolina. It's a 6-0 run for Florida State to lead by 6. So you look at the three-point shooting, Watkins 2 of 2, Spears 2 of 3. Jackson has 1. Green has 1. Miller has 1 for the Seminoles. Tar Heels made 4 early, but have not made 1 since. They are 4 of 10, including missing their last 4 from behind the arc. Trimble spins in the free throw to stop that 6-0 run and make it 37-32 Florida State. Again, Carolina led this game 19-8, and it has been all FSU since. Trimble makes both free throws. That will prompt a sub as Ryan will get Trimble. Carolina has Davis, Ryan, Wojcik, Ingram, and Baycott as the 5 on the floor. Cadeau on the bench with 2 fouls. He had been impactful as Ingram picks the pocket of Watkins. He'll wait and slow down, wait for teammates to catch up. Ingram has it again. Drives right of the lane, had the ball tipped away, and it ends up out of bounds off Ingram. So the 11th turnover. Carolina has more turnovers this half than it averages in a game. So you're looking at Carolina more turnovers this half than it has in a game traditionally. And Florida State has made more threes than it has in a game traditionally in this half. Those two things have combined to the Noles leading 37-33. 17 points off turnovers for Florida State.
And we both talked about that, controlling that ball, being strong with it.
Taylor Bowen coming in. He needs a moment to tie his shoe. 2:09 to go in the half. The turnovers for Carolina. Davis has 3 of them. Baycott 2. Ingram 2. Ty has 2. Cadeau and Trimble each with 1. So it's been a lot of different Tar Heels that have struggled as a jump shot missed by Florida State. The rebound, though, tipped to Bowen, and he scores. That's twice that Bowen has been right place, right time on an offensive rebound and putback. 39-33. Bowen's length guarding R.J. Davis out on the perimeter. Davis with the crossover. Going to pull up for the open 3. Short. Ingram way up in the air for the board. His stick back won't go. Ingram gets it back again. He's stripped. Loose ball to Baycott. His hook shot. That crawls off. Now it's Wojcik with the rebound. And finally he scores. Carolina just wouldn't quit on the offensive glass. 39-35. Florida State has made 5 of its last 6 and is shooting 50% from the floor. They lead it by 4. 39-35. Chandler Jackson, guarded by Wojcik, tries to spin by him. Uses his forearm to get space and hits the jump shot. Carolina bench wanted an offensive foul. Didn't get it. 41-35. Noles led by 6 at halftime in Chapel Hill. They lead by 6 here in the final minute of the half. Ryan drives in, and he's fouled as he goes into the paint. You got to be a brave man to drive in right now. The foul on Jackson is second. So he has 2. Worley has 2. Baba Miller has 2. Talking about fouls for FSU. Watkins, Corin, Green, the other Green, and Gainey all have 1. As now it'll be Ryan to the stripe looking for his first points of the afternoon. 49.5 seconds to go first half. 41-35 Florida State. 41-36 as Ryan gets it to crawl over the front iron. Nickelberry and Watkins come in. Bowen will sit down for Florida State, as did Jackson, I believe. Second free throw, no good by Ryan. That is just his 5th miss this year. He's now 47 of 52. 41-36, Florida State by 5. After the Tar Heels led 19-8. Nickelberry almost slipped and fell, but kept his dribble and his feet. Over to Primo Spears. Now to Nickelberry. Long guarded 2 off the mark. Ryan with the rebound. Tar Heels will hold for one shot, I believe. They don't want to take a timeout. They've already taken 2 this half. So Florida State going to lead at the break. Can Carolina score to cut into this 5-point deficit? R.J. Davis one-on-one with Darren Green right now. 9 on the clock. Gets a screen from Baycott. Weaves through traffic. Gets to the cup. Missed the layup, though. Rebound out of bounds off Florida State. 2.5 seconds to go. R.J. Davis, rarely see him miss that one as he had gotten to the rim but couldn't finish. Wojcik will be the man to throw it in. Taylor Bowen will return. Nickelberry. Well, somebody sat down for Florida State. Anyway, Wojcik in baseline left. Tries the lob. It was there, but Ingram jumped too early. And Florida State is going to take a 5-point lead into the locker room. Ingram had leapt a little too early, so he was already on the way down when the ball got to him. He could do nothing but tip it, and that finishes off the clock. We need to break 10 seconds for station identification. Let's do that down the lines on the Tar Heels Sports Network. So Carolina leading at one point 19-8 is then outscored 33-17 the rest of the way. And Florida State takes a 41-36 lead into the halftime locker room. The Noles have 19 points off 12 Tar Heel turnovers and have made 7 threes in the first half. Carolina down 5 at the break from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Carolina Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
They're not just the Tar Heels, they're your Tar Heels. Customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today to show your Carolina pride with every purchase. Get started at wellsfargo.com/Tar Heels. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official bank of Carolina Athletics. Copyright 2023. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Hey there, Triangle NBA veteran and UNC basketball star Pete Chilcutt, proud owner of Generator Supercenter of the Triangle, is thrilled to present the real MVP, Generac Generators.
Pete Chilcutt here. On the court, I know the importance of a strong defense. Off the court, Generator Supercenter of the Triangle has your back with Generac Generators. With turnkey installation and unbeatable reliability, Generac Automatic Standby Generator ensures your power will stay on, family will be safe, and most of all, you'll have peace of mind.
Schedule a consultation today at GeneratorSuperCenterOfTheTriangle.com.
Hey, Hoop fans, looking for some more UNC action? Come experience ACC basketball at the largest college basketball arena in the country, the JMA Wireless Dome, on January 13th. Experience winter outdoor adventures, award-winning brews and barbecue, and discover why Syracuse is scoring points with fans from across the country. Need help planning your trip for the game? Head to visitsyracuse.com and see why Syracuse is fantastic fun for all ages. Book your stay today at visitsyracuse.com.
Halftime in Tallahassee, and Florida State has stormed out to a 41-36 lead on Carolina. Dave Nathan again with you here at the Wells Fargo halftime show, complete with stats, highlights, and scores on the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. Again, FSU 41, Carolina 36. We are at the break. Pittsburgh and Miami have also headed into the halftime locker room. Miami 40, Pittsburgh 29. Earlier finals, Boston College knocks off Notre Dame in South Bend 61-58, and Virginia routs Louisville 69-52. Other games coming up today in the league. Clemson is at Duke. Those two teams will tip here in about an hour. At 5 o'clock, Georgia Tech goes to Virginia Tech, and at 7 o'clock, it's NC State heading to Syracuse. In the top 25, maybe an upset brewing in the Big 12. Number 23, Iowa State leads number 7, Kansas, 51-42. Approaching the midway point in the second half. The Cyclones lead the Jayhawks by 9. At the break in Norman, Oklahoma 34, Texas Tech 33. Texas and BYU have also gone to the break with the Cougars leading the Longhorns 44-41. Earlier today, it was number 4, Houston, getting by Kansas State 74-52, and number 14 Marquette up by just a point at the break on Seton Hall knocks out the Pirates 75-57. Other games coming up today in the top 25. We'll just go in chronological order here. Indiana, Illinois tipping momentarily. Auburn, Mississippi State at the bottom of the hour. Then at 4 o'clock, it's TCU at number 15, Baylor. Also at 4, Utah State at Boise State. Wyoming hosts Colorado State. And at 5:30, Arizona heads to Oregon. At 6, Kentucky goes to Arkansas. Dayton is at Richmond. Later at 7, Creighton welcomes DePaul to town. And also Tennessee heads to Vanderbilt. That'll be a 6 o'clock tip from Music City. Again, our score at the break, Florida State down big early at one point has come all the way back and has a 5-point lead on Carolina, 41-36 from Learfield.
What does Carolina basketball have in common with the Honda Accord? More trophies than Duke. The award-winning 2023 Honda Accord, named to Car and Driver's 10 Best list a record 37 times. Part of Honda's impressive full lineup. Accord, Civic, CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Passport, Odyssey, and Ridgeline. With available Honda sensing, Apple CarPlay, and more. Because winning fans deserve a winning car. Find one now at your Honda dealers of the Carolinas.
Once you get the meat and cheese for your sub freshly sliced right in front of you at Jersey Mike's, I'll tell you, there's no going back to anything else. That'd be like going back to dial-up internet. Am I connecting to space to order Jersey Mike's? Any day now. Okay, it's about to connect. What? Who picked up the phone? Nope, there's no going back once you see it freshly sliced at Jersey Mike's. A sub above. This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and a proud partner of Carolina Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
Hey Tar Heel fans, this is Hubert Davis, head men's basketball coach at the University of North Carolina. Carolina fans are the best in the nation, and I'm so thankful for your support. Just like our team relies on solid fundamentals, you need the right foundation for your feet, and that's where the Good Feet store comes in. Their team of trained arch support specialists will find a personalized solution for you to help relieve foot, back, knee, and even hip pain. Support your heels today and head to the Good Feet store in Chapel Hill, Raleigh, Greensboro, and a new location in Wilmington.
The ultimate first-half highlights are brought to you by your local Carolina BMW dealers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, we only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine.
Florida
Florida State has a 5-point lead on Carolina at the break, 41-36. As we get to our ultimate halftime highlights, Carolina got off to a great start. Remember, was up 19-8 at one point, and the lead was buoyed by some sharp shooting from the outside. R.J. Davis gets us started off.
Cadeau sees an opening drive, sends it in the corner right to R.J. Davis for three.
What a beautiful pass.
But Cadeau is controlling the action early.
Davis, the only Tar Heel in double figures with 10, hit a couple of three-pointers in the first half. Harrison Ingram also got into the act from the outside as well.
Cadeau penetrates in, out to Ingram. Open look for three. That's good. Ingram back-to-back triples.
At that point, it was 13-6 Carolina. The Tar Heels would later lead by 8 as we hit the rewind button and hear more from R.J.
Ingram on the right wing. Now he hands off to R.J. Davis. Baba Miller at 6'11", guarding R.J. Davis. Davis going to try a mile-long step-back three. Count it. Holy smokes.
So Carolina off and running up 16-8 at that point. The largest lead again, 19-8, came to be on an Armando Bacot and one.
Spears trying to dance by Armando Bacot, has to force up a bad shot at the shot clock horn and only hit the backboard as Davis quickly gets it other way to Bacot with the long pitch ahead. Armando lays it in. He'll have a chance for three.
Florida State would begin its comeback, but Jalen Washington would hold the Noles at bay for the time being.
Seth Trimble. Backdoor. Jalen Washington hammers it home right on top of the Seminoles.
Great find.
That's Washington's only field goal of the half as the Noles lead 41-36. Late in the first half, Carolina got some bench production from Paxson Wojcik.
Ingram way up in the air for the board. His stick back won't go. Ingram gets it back again. He's stripped. Loose ball to Bacot. His hook shot, that crawls off. Now it's Wojcik with the rebound, and finally he scores. Carolina just wouldn't quit on the offensive glass.
So 41-36, FSU leads Carolina by 5 at the break. We'll take a break and come back with your first half stats from Learfield.
Hey, Tar Heel fans, score big savings this basketball season at Zips Car Wash with Tar Heel $10 Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, head to a nearby Zips Car Wash and use code 2023 for a car wash with ceramic shine and protection for just $10. Best of all, vacuums, towels, and spray cleaner are always included. Zips Car Wash has 33 convenient locations across North Carolina. Visit zipscarwash.com to find a location near you. Zips Car Wash, proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
Hunt Brothers Pizza, the official pizza of Carolina Athletics, joins Tar Heels fans across the nation cheering Go Heels. Whether you're at home watching the game or out on the road, download our Hunt Brothers Pizza app to find a location near you. The Hunt family has been proudly serving our delicious original crust pizza to North Carolina families for over 20 years. With all toppings, no extra charge, and 10 to choose from, there's sure to be a topping combination for everyone to enjoy a Hunt Brothers Pizza.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
They're not just the Tar Heels, they're your Tar Heels. Customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today to show your Carolina pride with every purchase. Get started at wellsfargo.com/Tar Heels. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official bank of Carolina Athletics. Copyright 2023. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A. Member FDIC.
At Reed's Jewelers, we know that the rules of engagement were made to be broken. So don't settle for the first ring you see in the case. When you put a ring on it, make the moment your own with something that's just as unique as your love. Whether you're going big, keeping it subtle, or finding a happy medium, we're here to help you say I do with a one-of-a-kind design. Because doing things your way is what makes them mean everything. Reed's Jewelers, an official partner of Tar Heel Sports. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers in-store or online at reeds.com to chat with an expert.
Carolina in comeback mode, down 5 at the break to Florida State, 41-36. 12 first half turnovers really doomed Carolina. But again, still 20 minutes to play and time to come back. R.J. Davis tied for game high honors with 10 points. He leads the way for Carolina. Ingram with already 10 rebounds for the Tar Heels, who out-rebounded FSU 21-14, but trail at the break 41-36. That'll do it for the Wells Fargo halftime show, brought to you by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. We'll send things back to Tallahassee. Jones and Pete will take you the rest of the way when we come back with the Noles leading the Tar Heels at halftime, 41-36 from Learfield.
They're not just the Tar Heels, they're your Tar Heels. Customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today to show your Carolina pride with every purchase. Get started at wellsfargo.com/Tar Heels. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official bank of Carolina Athletics. Copyright 2023. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A. Member FDIC.
Now this is a Dunkin' Run. A $3 sausage, egg, and cheese with a medium or larger coffee.
I'm going on a Dunkin' Run. You want anything?
Oh, a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant and a hot coffee.
You got it.
Wait, actually, a sausage, egg, and cheese and an iced coffee. Time for a Dunkin' Run. Add a $3 sausage, egg, and cheese to a medium or larger coffee. America runs on Dunkin'. Offer valid with the purchase of a medium or larger coffee. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Together, that's how we stay in the game, ready to play. As one great team, UNC Health is keeping you well by bringing renewed focus, approach, and dedicated services close to you. Exceptional care is what you and your family deserve. Together, let's put points on the board for life well played. Team up with UNC Health, proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
There are two legendary teams in our state, the Tar Heels men's basketball team and ours at Quality Equipment, where you'll find an unmatched lineup of John Deere equipment from tractor packages to riding mowers and zero turns. Get yours with an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Backed by our professional parts and service team that always comes through in the clutch. Stop by one of our 36 locations or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Conclude the Wells Fargo halftime show, brought to you by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. And let's get to the trusted choice of the game, brought to you by the Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina, who want you to stay safe when you are driving. Great way to do that is put down your phone. So let's have a hands-free NC. To learn more and find an agent near you, visit trustedchoice.com/GoHeels. Pete Chilcutt, former All-ACC forward, joining me, Jones Angel. Pete, what in your mind will be important for the Heels to get out of here with a win in the second half?
Well, I think that pressure got to us in the first half. We got to continue what my first goal was, limit those live ball turnovers, keep them way down in the second half.
So, again, Florida State had more threes made, 7, than it has traditionally in a game, which is 6 in the first half. Heels had more turnovers, 12, than they normally do in a game, which is 10. And Florida State had 19 points off those turnovers. That ties for the most against Carolina in an entire game this season. Kentucky had 19 when the Heels had a season-high 17 turnovers in that game. Feels like having Cadeau on the floor will be important. He was so good early, but picked up 2 fouls, and some of the Tar Heel troubles as far as controlling the ball came with him on the bench. He makes the pass to Cormac Ryan. Open look for 3, no good. Rebound knocked out of the hands of Baycott over the baseline by Florida State. It'll stay with Carolina. Ryan slaps his hands together. That was a great look from right in front of the Carolina bench. It just didn't go. Ryan is now 0 for 3 with all 3 of his attempts being 3-pointers. Heels just need some of those to go in for sure. That was a good play. Inbounds lobbed into Ryan. Carolina going left to right as we see it here courtside in the second half. As R.J. Davis has it now to Cadeau on the right wing. Cadeau against Worley, who didn't play much in that first half due to fouls. Cadeau goes right at him and banks it in. Well, Cadeau has been huge. He has 9, and it's 41-38. Heels back within 3. Florida State led by 5 at halftime. Watkins spinning in to Deontay Green at the left elbow. He'll hand off to Darren Green Jr. His mid-range jumper rattles in from the left side. Got free from R.J. Davis. Darren Green Jr. quietly has 7. 2 Seminoles in double figures in the first half. Watkins and Spears with 10 apiece. R.J. Davis leading the Tar Heels scoring with 10. Right now it's Cadeau with the basketball. Wanted to go backdoor, wasn't there. Crosses over against Deontay Green, and he's stripped. And then Green shoves Cadeau in the backcourt. Meanwhile, Florida State's going to get an open look for three and knock it in. Darren Green Jr. now up to 10. He adds all 5 of Florida State's points this half. It's an 8-point Florida State lead. Florida State now with 8 made three-pointers. Ingram backing in left of the lane. Pitches out to Ryan. Tries to answer the three and does.
Good shot right there. Good find.
That started on the inside with Ingram. Passing out to Ryan for his first bucket. And Carolina back within 5 at 46-41. Watkins on the left wing. Trying to work around a screen from Deontay Green. Backs out after penetrating in a bit. Out of Worley. His driving hook shot is good. Started in the left corner. Came down the baseline and hooked it over Cadeau. First bucket for Worley. It's a 7-point Florida State lead. R.J. Davis changes that with a quick jumper from the free throw line the other side. 48-43. Florida State with the 5-point lead. Each team scored 7 points this half. Another 3 from FSU, no good, and it's going to be a rebounding foul as Baba Miller went over the back of Harrison Ingram. Foul on Miller, his third. He becomes the first player for either team with 3.
Yeah, we need to string together a couple stops, get back to that momentum on defense.
Yeah, Carolina has been so good defensively, of course, as we know, but Florida State shooting 53% this game. 19 of 36, 8 of 14 from 3. They have made some shots. 48-43 FSU. R.J. Davis takes a look at Hubert Davis as he comes front side. Baba Miller checked out with his 3 fouls. Bowen, who had a couple of offensive rebound and stickbacks in the first half, comes in for Florida State. R.J. Davis is fouled on the drive. He made the basket, but the foul's going to be called on the floor by Matt Potter. A call against Darren Green Jr., his second on FSU. Florida State accruing fouls. That's 5 Seminoles now with 2 or more personal fouls. Cormac Ryan quickly inbounds right in front of us to Elliot Cadeau. 48-43. Florida State with the 5-point lead. Carolina with the ball. Cadeau out to Ryan. Just made a 3. Now he's made 2. Catch and shoot from the right wing. It's a 2-point game. 48-46. Worley. Hands up. Boy, a really tough shot by Darren Green Jr. No good in the corner. Carolina running to try and tie it. R.J. Davis to the cup for the finger roll. He took a big spill afterwards. He's up and okay. Game tied at 48.
Starts with the defense. That was a good stop.
Worley the other way for Florida State. Hands off to Watkins. Watkins around a screen, gets to the elbow, goes in the right corner with the pass to Bowen. Nothing there. He'll reset. 14 on the shot clock for Florida State. Watkins again crawling around the screen to get right of the lane, and he's fouled. Fouls on Cormac Ryan. I believe it was on the shot.
On the pass, they said.
Oh, on the pass. Okay. So it will be an inbound for FSU. Game tied at 48. Cormac Ryan, a couple of threes have helped the Tar Heels to a 7-0 spurt to knot things up at 48. Carolina's made its last 5 shots. They're 5 of 6 this half. Florida State's 3 of 5. Inbounds goes to Worley. Guarded by Cadeau. Drives left of the lane. Tough pull-up is good. Worley's hit a couple of buckets. Florida State back up by 2. Cadeau through traffic is fouled as he gets all the way into the charge circle underneath Carolina's basket. Foul is on Worley. That's his 3rd. This cat and mouse game with Worley and Cadeau. Worley clearly feels like his size at 6'7" an advantage. Cadeau has used its speed to get by him several times. 3rd foul on Worley. He becomes the 2nd Seminole, along with Baba Miller with 3. Knowles up 2, 50-48. Carolina with the ball. They give R.J. Davis space. Misses the 3. Rebound tipped into Ingram's hands, though. In heavy traffic. Got to get out of there. Still has the ball. Sends it to Cadeau out on the right wing to reset. Cadeau drives in. Pitches left corner to Ingram. Pump fake for 3. And he was just grabbed by Bowen. I mean, when Bowen bit on the pump, he just came down and just bear hugged Ingram. That's going to be the first on Bowen. Already the fourth, Pete, on Florida State this half.
Extremely physical out there. Extremely physical. They're letting us play a little bit.
16:05 to go as Spears, after a good first half, checks in for Worley with the 3 fouls. Remember, this is an offensive rebound possession here for Carolina, so it's a second chance opportunity. Heels have done a good job in that regard in this game. Shot clock, though, down to 5. Ingram's going to have a clean look at 3, knocks it in for the lead. His third field goal, they've all been threes, and it's 51-50. Heels have made 3 threes this half. They made 4 early in the first half and then didn't make another. Carolina up 51-50. Ingram was the man who got that offensive rebound, kept the possession going, drew the foul, and eventually hits the 3. Darren Green Jr. pull up around a screen. Nothing but net on the long 2. Boy, he is such a good jump shooter, as Carolina the other way, and a foul called. RJ Davis got deep into the paint. That foul is going to be called on Watkins, and that's his second, and already the 5th on Florida State. Going to have to wait and see if it was on the floor or in the act of shooting. I'm not sure if Lee Cassell called that a shooting foul or not. Either way, it will be Carolina's ball when we return. 15-18 to play. Florida State 52, Carolina 51 from Learfield.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talking basketball. But legendary teams let their performance do the talking. Like the Ford Bronco SUV. Rugged and powerful, so you can conquer just about any terrain. Connectivity that allows you to stay in touch. Designed to make your adventures worth talking about for years to come. Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. That's what legends are made of. See your Carolina Ford dealer today. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
At Reed's Jewelers, we know that the rules of engagement were made to be broken. So don't settle for the first ring you see in the case. When you put a ring on it, make the moment your own with something that's just as unique as your love. Whether you're going big, keeping it subtle, or finding a happy medium, we're here to help you say I do with a one-of-a-kind design. Because doing things your way is what makes them mean everything. Reed's Jewelers, an official partner of Tar Heel Sports. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers in-store or online at reeds.com to chat with an expert.
Window World, America's largest exterior remodeler and a proud partner of UNC, provides exceptional quality windows, siding, doors, and more. They're headquartered right here in North Carolina and have enhanced over 100,000 homes across 30 counties for over 25 years. Improving your largest investment with energy efficiency products and creating amazing curb appeal is what they do best. From Raleigh-Durham to Rocky Mount, down to Fayetteville and beyond. Call, click, or visit Window World, a proud partner of Carolina Athletics, today.
Carolina was down 5 at halftime, but has come back to briefly take the lead. Currently down 1, 52-51. That halftime score was 41-36. Florida State. We're into half number 2, 15-18 to go. Heels down a point. And we're brought to you in part by Modelo, an official beer of the Tar Heels. And don't forget, after the game, we'll have our Old Dominion Freight Line Best in the Game feature. That's our player of the game. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Let's take a look at some Lenovo stats here, brought to you by Lenovo, a global technology leader that has called North Carolina home since 2005. Visit Lenovo.com. Lenovo, smarter technology for all. Both teams shooting really well this half. Carolina 6 of 8, including 3 of 5 from 3. Florida State is 5 of 7, 1 of 3 from 3. The Noles are shooting 54% for the game, 21 of 39, including 8 of 15 from 3. Carolina's creeping up towards 50%, 17 of 36, 47%, 7 of 16 from 3. The Heels do have a big advantage at the free throw line, where they are 10 of 14. Florida State is 2 of 3. I believe the foul before the timeout was called on the floor, and so Carolina will just be inbounding. Remember, Davis took a bump as he drove in by Watkins. Watkins' second foul. Pete, Carolina down by 1, 15-18 to go.
Yeah, I like the way we started the second half. It is a man's game out there as far as getting in the paint and rebounding and defense. They're hitting tough shots. They're in a rhythm. We've got to be able to string together some of those stops on defense, take care of the ball. We've done a good job so far in the second half of doing that, but this is going to be a dogfight.
Carolina has not subbed. Meanwhile, Jalen Gainey, the 6'10 graduate transfer from Brown, has checked in. Long inbound's going to go into the backcourt where Cormac Ryan can go to get it. Primo Spears trying to bother him. Ryan gets it across the timeline. Now hands off to the freshman Cadeau to set up the offense. Heels down a point, 52-51. Cadeau dribbling out near the timeline. Oh, he gets Bull Bowen on skates, gets to the rim, lays it in. He'll have a chance for three.
Yeah, he recognized that, cleared out that side. That was amazing, smart play.
Bull Bowen was fumbling and bumbling, trying to guard Cadeau as he gave him a crossover. Cadeau saw the opening and attacked. Second foul on Bowen. Sixth on Florida State this half. Cadeau's free throw is good. He now has 12. This comes after an ACC freshman season high 14 against Wake Forest. It's now 54-52, 5 minutes into the second half. Florida State the other way. Watkins. Guarded by Cadeau. Cadeau's got to be careful with 2 fouls, and Watkins going to be called for the offensive foul as Cadeau was right in his shirt, and Watkins extended the forearm. That's his 3rd foul, and that is already 7 on Florida State. Wow. Carolina hadn't been called for a foul this half. Carolina's been called for 1 foul this half. Florida State has been called for 7 thus far. Jalen Withers checks in. Harrison Ingram is going to get a breather for Carolina. 54-52. RJ Davis brings it front side against Watkins, who's now playing with 3 fouls. Davis on the perimeter. Splits a double team. Gets deep. Pushes it up and in. RJ Davis starting to work some magic. He has 16. 56-52. Watkins for FSU. Hands off to Green. He's been hot and tough. All the way. Jumper no good. Withers way up in the air for the rebound. He'll give it to Cadeau. Carolina trying to run. Cadeau kicks it in the corner left to Ryan. Couldn't catch it cleanly. Heel's going to reset. Cadeau gets a screen from Baycott. A switch has Gainey guarding him. Cadeau likes that matchup. Drives by him. Cadeau again to the rim. Give him 2 more. The freshman at will to the cup. 58-52. I think Florida State may want it well. Leonard Hamilton was going to call a timeout. Now he doesn't. FSU has the ball. And taken away on the sideline. Woo, Cormac Ryan called for the foul. He broke up a dribble handoff on the right sideline, but he is called for his 2nd foul. And 2nd on Carolina this half. Cadeau is now up to 7 this half and ties his ACC freshman season high with 14. His season high in total is 15 points here as a rookie. Bull Bowen on the perimeter. Has to send it out near the timeline to Darren Green Jr. Shot clock down to 7 for Florida State. And the Seminoles are going to take that timeout that Leonard Hamilton was thinking about earlier in the possession. This will stretch to a full, as it's the first called timeout of the second half. Carolina on a 7-0 spurt. Now leads it by 6, 58-52, 13:35 to go. We'll take a break. Knowles will have the ball and 5 on the shot clock when we return from Learfield.
Harris Teeter is proud to assist its customers and communities every day with their food and pharmacy needs. This season, Harris Teeter has partnered with UNC, NC State, Duke, and Wake Forest to present the Big Four Grocery Assist promotion. Each week, one lucky fan is chosen to win $5 in free groceries for every assist by each Big Four school that week. Harris Teeter will also donate $10 for every assist throughout the season to each school's local food bank to support those in need. Visit harristeeter.com and look for the Big Four Grocery Assist page to enter today.
We're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
What does Carolina basketball have in common with the Honda Accord? More trophies then Duke, the award-winning 2023 Honda Accord. Named to Car and Driver's 10 Best list a record 37 times. Part of Honda's impressive full lineup. Accord, Civic, CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Passport, Odyssey, and Ridgeline. With available Honda Sensing, Apple CarPlay, and more. Because winning fans deserve a winning car. Find one now at your Honda dealers of the Carolinas.
We're on the road with Honda dealers of the Carolinas. If you're a Tar Heel fan, don't just cheer for the best, drive the best. Drive a Honda. Better hurry, they're going fast. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
58-52. Carolina on a 7-0 run, leads by 6 with 13:35 to go. Florida State will have the ball with 5 on the shot clock when action resumes. For more than 25 years, Top of the Hill Restaurant and Brewery has been a pre- and post-game tradition in Chapel Hill. Handcrafted beer, great food and atmosphere. It's where Tar Heels come to celebrate. Pete, we've seen it with our eyes, and hopefully people understand. Cadeau and Davis controlling the action right now. They are a combined 6 of 7 from the floor, 13 points, 2 assists. They have scored or assisted on, and talking about R.J. Davis and Cadeau, 8 of Carolina's 9 field goals this half.
It's been impressive. We talked about maybe a little bit of lack of Baycott posting up. There's just no opportunities. It seems like everything is kind of off the go and getting mismatches and attacking them. It's been impressive to start the second half.
58-52 Heels, 13:35 to go. Again, Florida State will be inbounding, but with 5 on the shot clock. So they'll have to get moving quickly here on this possession. Tar Heels led by 11 early. Florida State made an impressive run over the last 10-plus minutes of the first half, led by 5 at halftime. Carolina has outscored the Noles 22-11 in the first 6.5 minutes of this half. Still a long way to go. 13:35 to play. Inbounds goes to Baba Miller out near the timeline. Shot clock down to 3 as Miller drives on R.J. Davis, who had gotten caught up on a switch. And Davis really didn't have much of a chance but to foul him. Davis, his first foul. R.J. listed at 6 feet. Baba Miller is listed at 6'11". Interesting story by Miller. He was only 6'2" when he was 14 years old. Then hit a big growth spurt. And now at 6'11", but still possesses a lot of those skills that he gained earlier in life when he was shorter.
So he's about your size.
Yeah, just a hair shorter than me. And first free throw, no good. Baba Miller, a 52% free throw shooter on the season. Carolina has taken 15 free throws. This is just the 5th coming up for Florida State. Although the Noles, this will be the 2nd they've taken this half. Carolina's taken just 1 here in the second half, even though there have been 7 fouls called on Florida State this half. So the Heels are in the bonus. Second one for Baba Miller is off the iron, no. Missed them both. Baycott with a good box out of Primo Spears rips down the board. So it remains 58-52 Carolina. Trimble coming to the scorer's table for the Heels. Cadeau, who's been a dominant factor here this half, guarded by Deontay Green. Long cross-court pass to the right side to Withers, right back to Cadeau. Pump fake for 3, gets Deontay Green into the air. Cadeau drives and draws the foul. Boy, that was brain cramp there by Deontay Green as he almost did a jumping jack in the air on Cadeau's pump fake. And then on the drive, Deontay Green picks up his second foul. That's the 8th on Florida State. This will be 2 shots for Cadeau. Cadeau, this will be his 8th and 9th free throw of the game, and he makes the first. On the season, Cadeau, as Ryan will be replaced by Trimble, on the season, Cadeau had taken 54 free throws. And now he's 8 of 9 today as he makes both of those. It's a 9-0 Tar Heel run. And it's 60-52 as Jalen Washington comes to the scorer's table for Carolina to check in next opportunity. So Cadeau, Davis, Trimble, Withers, and Baycott, the 5 on the floor right now for Carolina. Pull up, long 2 is off the iron. No good, but an offensive rebound by Deontay Green. Shot was missed by Spears. And then Deontay Green is fouled. Fouls on Baycott as he and Green were banging in the post. 2nd on Baycott. 4th on Carolina. Foul is going to be called on the floor, even though Deontay Green is arguing that it should be a shooting opportunity. Baycott will come out. Jalen Washington, who we told you went to the table, replaces him. 12:48 to go. Carolina by 8, 60-52 in the midst of a 9-0 run. Primo Spears inbound, taken away by Cadeau, and he tried to save it behind his back. Lee Cassell saying he landed on the sideline before he saved it back into play. Cadeau arguing that he saved it before he landed on the ground. Ingram's going to use the opportunity to check in. He will get Cadeau. So Cadeau has been perhaps the dominant factor in this half. But he's going to try and sneak an extra breather right before the next dead ball under 12. Will be a full timeout as Primo Spears, a wild circus shot, no good. Deontay Green got the rebound, but he hung on the rim to do so. So that's going to give the ball to Carolina.
That was a wild shot. Again, forcing some bad shots.
Deontay Green jumped in. Well, now Lee Cassell is calling the officials together. Green jumped in, hung on the rim to get the rebound. And that's going to be a technical foul on Deontay Green.
Even better.
Lee Cassell is about 5 or 6 seats over to our left, who he's speaking with. So Lee Cassell explaining to Hubert Davis that it's a technical foul on Deontay Green. Carolina's going to get a free throw, but then the possession goes to the arrow, and so Florida State will get the ball per Lee Cassell because of the arrow belonging to the Seminoles as R.J. Davis makes the free throw. So he gets, it's just a one-shot technical on Green. Hubert Davis is arguing the point, but so Florida State's going to get the ball due to the possession arrow on the technical foul. Davis does hit the free throw to make it 61-52. So the Noles will have it. It's a 10-0 Tar Heel run. 14th time in 20 games as Florida State can't finish the alley-oop on the inbounds. The loose ball knocked out of bounds off Jalen Washington. I was going to tell you the 14th time in 20 games that Carolina's had a run of 10-0 or better. This has given them a 9-point lead, 61-52. Florida State trying again. A running dunk attempt by Watkins. It bounces off the back iron. Karams all the way into the backcourt. Florida State will try again. It's been a lengthy possession for the Noles. Watkins going to drive baseline right. Leaves it for Corrin. He can't finish, but tips it up and in. Florida State ended up with felt like 5 or 6 opportunities on that lengthy sequence. And eventually they stopped the 10-0 run by Corrin's tip-in. 61-54. Carolina by 7. R.J. Davis out on the perimeter. Switch has Corrin guarding him. 15 on the shot clock. Davis, hesitation. Drive, and he's stripped by Corrin. And then a foul called on Carolina before Florida State can get out and run the other way. Foul is on R.J. Davis, his second, and 5th on Carolina. So that will stop the action and send us to the under 12-minute timeout. Just quickly an update on fouls for Florida State. Worley, Watkins, and Miller all have 3. Jackson, Deontay Green, Darren Green all have 2 for Carolina. Cadeau, Ryan, Davis, Baycott, and Withers all with 2. 61-54 Carolina, but it'll be Florida State's ball after this. 11:55 to go from Learfield.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE for $339 a month for 39 months. Offer valid through January 31st, 2024. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. 3638 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Tar Heel fans, this is Hubert Davis, head men's basketball coach at the University of North Carolina. Carolina fans are the best in the nation, and I'm so thankful for your support. Just like our team relies on solid fundamentals, you need the right foundation for your feet, and that's where the Good Feet store comes in. Their team of trained arch support specialists will find a personalized solution for you to help relieve foot, back, knee, and even hip pain. Support your heels today and head to the Good Feet store in Chapel Hill, Raleigh, Greensboro, and a new location in Wilmington.
There are two legendary teams in our state, the Tar Heels men's basketball team and ours at Quality Equipment, where you'll find an unmatched lineup of John Deere equipment from tractor packages to riding mowers and zero turns. Get yours with an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Backed by our professional parts and service team that always comes through in a clutch. Stop by one of our 36 locations or visit us online at QualityEquip.com.
11 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Carolina 61, Florida State 54. The Noles led by 5 at halftime, but Carolina shot 9 of 11 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 4 of 4 at the free throw line this half to take the lead. They've led by as many in this half of 9, currently up 7, 61-54, 11:55 to go. It's a new season at Kohl's with everyday styles at great prices. You can get more of what you want for less. Find go-tos for going everywhere and perfect picks for your home. Shop Kohl's and Kohl's.com today. That's KOHLS.com. Pete, Carolina continues to score efficiently this half. Heels have points on 11 of their last 13 possessions. The two they don't is turnovers, and that's continued to be the biggest issue. 14 turnovers in the game for Carolina. The Heels had 12 in the first half of this game, and Florida State has made that pay off for 22 points off those turnovers.
Yeah, that's been a huge battle to fight against, but the second half a little bit better, efficient on the offense, like you mentioned. If we can continue now, I think we're still going to need to get Harrison and Armando involved a little bit more, but the guards have been doing great at getting really, really great shots, attacking the rim. Davis
and Cadeau have a combined 33, 17 for R.J. Davis, a career-high 16 for Elliot Cadeau. Cadeau's previous high had been 15 against Northern Iowa in that game in the Bahamas earlier this season. And Cadeau is back in. So he had come out with 12:45 to go. And that felt like the Heels just trying to get to the under 12-minute timeout to give the freshman a little extra breather. He's back in along with Davis, Trimble, Ingram, and Jalen Washington. Cadeau and Davis have been the dominant factors, though, for the Heels, particularly in this half. Driving is Primo Spears. Jump stop in the paint, lost the basketball, gets it back, and he's tied up. Possession arrow will belong to Carolina. It is, the Lee Cassell is now coming to the scorers table because the reason Florida State got the ball during the technical foul was that the arrow had belonged to the Seminoles, so it should now, but it wasn't changed on the scorers table. It has now been changed to the scorers table to Carolina, so the Tar Heels will have it, and now it will flip back over to the Noles once Carolina gets it in, which they do. So some possession arrow drama along with all the other drama today. A switch has Corin guarding Cadeau. Cadeau pitches in the right corner to Ingram. Pump fake and drive. Ingram is hacked at the rim. And if that's on Watkins, that's 4. It is. Florida State's leading scorer, averaging 14 points per game, who has 10 tonight, or this afternoon, now has 4 fouls. And Ingram will go to the line for 2 shots. Boy, that lane opened up. It looked like Ingram was going to have a massive dunk attempt. Instead, Watkins came over. The Florida State fans don't agree after seeing the replay. And it will put Ingram to the line for 2 shots. 11:26 to go. Heels up 61-54. Ingram gets the spin on the free throw. Florida State will bring in Worley, who has 3 fouls, for Watkins, who has 4. Baba Miller also on the court for Florida State with 3 fouls. The free throw makes it 62-54, Carolina. Ingram into double figures. Got them both. Ingram's up to 11. He has another double-double, his 3rd consecutive and 6th this year. He's at 11 points, 12 boards. One of 3 Tar Heels in double figures. Carolina by 9, 63-54. Florida State with the ball. Primo Spears well out on the right wing. Dumps it off to Corrin. He'll go over to Baba Miller on the left, and a reach-in foul called on Ingram. Second on Ingram. That's now 6 on Carolina this half. Cormac Ryan will check in, give R.J. Davis a breather. 11:09 to go. There have now been 15 fouls called in this second half. Still 11:09 to play. Heels up 63-54. Carolina's already in the double bonus the rest of the way. Florida State's in the bonus. Spears around a double screen. Gets to the right of the lane. Kicks it down the baseline right to Worley. Penetrates in. Is turning hook shot no good. Jalen Washington rips down the rebound for Carolina. Long pitch ahead from Cadeau. Was trying to get it to Trimble. Baba Miller able to knock it out of bounds into the Tar Heel bench area. 10:53 to play. All the Tar Heel assistants had fired up, particularly Sean May and Brad Frederick had something to say to the team as they were setting things up. Inbounds goes to Cadeau. Dribbling in the center, jump circle. Spears guarding him in a deep crouch with his arms out to either side. Cadeau drives to the left wing. Shot clock down to 12. Now over to Ingram, right back to the freshman. Shot clock down to 9. Cadeau gets a screen in the switch. Cadeau drives against Miller to the cup. Heavy contact, no whistle. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds off Ingram, trying to get the rebound. Ingram's shot was blocked partially by Baba Miller as he took the hit, trying to lay it in. 63-54. A lot of Carolina's offense this half has been that. Cadeau getting a switch and a drive, and it has worked out. Darren Green around a screen. Long two, no good. Great box out by Ingram to get the rebound. He'll wait for traffic to clear, get it to Elliot Cadeau. Right back to Ingram in the front court. Quickly in the right corner, passes to Cormac Ryan. Jab, step, and drive. Ryan drives all the way through the lane. Bounces in the left corner to Trimble. Trimble pulls up in the mid-range, too strong. Washington battles for the rebound, but it belongs to Baba Miller in Florida State. Here come the Noles the other way. They'll pitch it ahead. Ingram breaks up the pass to Corrin. Can't quite get to the ball before it goes over the baseline, though. It'll belong to Florida State as Baycott will come in for Carolina. 9:52 to go. He'll get Jalen Washington. 24 on the shot clock for the Noles.
We're in a good stretch of getting stopped right here. This is what's building that lead a little bit. Continue this.
Florida State hadn't scored for more than 2 minutes as Cadeau gets the steal. Oh, my goodness. He got the steal on the inbounds, but is called for the foul.
Oh, boy.
He jumped over the top of the Seminoles and got the steal. Woo. And that is the third on Cadeau. He becomes the first Tar Heel with 3, and he has been a huge part of the Tar Heels' success this afternoon. It'll put Darren Green Jr., a 69% shooter, to the line for a 1-and-1. And he missed it. Thank you, Rasheed Wallace. That ball doesn't lie.
Ball don't lie.
Cadeau, long pitch ahead to Ryan. Had the ball ripped away. He's able to save it to Baycott. Has it blocked from behind. Ends up to Ryan, and Carolina will dribble out and reset. Ryan has it on the left sideline. Crossover against Corrin. Gets to the ACC logo. Has to circle back out. Shot clock down to 10 as Cadeau has it now. 63-54. Carolina by 9. Cadeau to Ryan. Shot clock's down to 2. He's going to have to shoot it. He does right before the horn. It's no good. Rebound to Florida State. Carolina just could not quite get organized the way that it wanted on that possession. Spears the other side for FSU with 9:08 to go. Still 63-54 Carolina. Baba Miller backing in against Cormac Ryan. Continues to extend the forearm. Dishes off to Worley. Misses the layup. Loose ball rebound. Tipped and brought in by Trimble. Here comes Carolina on the run. 3-on-3. Trimble to the cup. Can't finish. He wipes out on the baseline. Here comes Florida State the other way. Spears has it. He'll drive left of the lane. Cut off out to Corrin. His mid-range jumper is good. 8:40 to go. 63-56. Carolina's missed its last 5 shots. Florida State 2 of its last 11. Carolina by 7.
Important right now to get what we want.
Yeah, the last couple of offensive options for Carolina have not been real clean. Cadeau to Ryan. Open look for 3. It was short out of his hands, but the offensive rebound. Ingram gets it to Trimble to Baycott. Out to Ryan. He's going to try again for the triple. That one's good. Ryan his third 3 this half. 66-56. Ingram again keeps the play alive. He has 15 rebounds. Baba Miller out on the perimeter. Over to Spears. Guarded by Cadeau, who has 3 fouls. Worley has it. Drives to the free throw line. Out to Spears. Cadeau's got to be careful defensively. Spears going to pull up. Rainbow 3. Holy smokes, what a shot. 66-59. Carolina by 7 with the ball. Next dead ball will be the under 8 timeout. Cadeau out on the perimeter. Crossover against Corrin. Once, twice to the rim. Oh, Cadeau comes up short. Had a good look, just couldn't finish. Here comes Florida State, down 7. Worley in transition. And a foul called on Cormac Ryan. Just got his hands too involved defensively as he was trying to stop the penetrating Seminole. That'll be 3 fouls on Ryan. The officials have just about evened those fouls back up. It's 9-8 now. 9 on Florida State, 8 on Carolina. At one point, it was 7-1. The fouls, Florida State this half have been called for 7, and Carolina just 1. 66-59. Tar Heels by 7 with 7:21 to go. It will be a 1-1 for Worley at the line when we return. Carolina up 7. 7:21 to play from Learfield.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill.
2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Texting while driving takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. That's like driving the length of a basketball court 3 times with your eyes closed. Research shows you are 3 times more likely to get into an accident when distracted by a cell phone. Trusted Choice independent insurance agents urge you and your families to put down your phone. Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. Let's have a hands-free NC. Brought to you by Trusted Choice independent insurance agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoHeels.
Playing basketball at the highest level requires excellent physical conditioning, and keeping your home in shape requires regular physical attention, too. As a proud partner of Carolina Athletics, Allen Tate Realtors recommends a home physical. Will help determine your home's value, share the latest market data and trends, and recommend updates and improvements to maximize your most important investment. Whether you plan to sell or stay, take a tip from Allen Tate and defend your home court with a home physical today. Visit homephysical.com to get started.
We're on the road with Honda dealers of the Carolinas. If you're a Tar Heel fan, don't just cheer for the best, drive the best. Drive a Honda. Better hurry, they're going fast. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
66-59, Carolina, 7:21 to go. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina is the official health insurance partner of Carolina Athletics and believes an inclusive community is a healthy community. Here for Tar Heels, here for all. And a reminder that Harris Teeter is assisting you with groceries this basketball season. Each week, one winner will receive free groceries for every assist. Visit harristeeter.com and look for the Big Four grocery assist page to enter today. Some Lenovo stats from this second half brought to you by Lenovo, smarter technology for all. Heels 10 of 19 from the floor this half, 53%, 4 of 8 from 3, 6 of 6 at the line. Florida State 8 of 19 this half, 2 of 4 from 3. They are 0 of 3 at the free throw line. They'll be back there now. Worley, I believe. Yes, it will be Worley for 1-1. He is a 69% shooter on the season. Each team has been called for a good amount of fouls. 9 on Florida State, 8 on Carolina this half. So this is a 1-1 for Worley. Carolina just one of its last 8 from the field, but still leads by 7. Free throw is short. Rebound to Baycott. So Florida State still without a made free throw. 0 for 4 this half. 66-59. Carolina. Just one of its last 8 from the field. Trying to grow this 7-point lead. Ingram on the left sideline. Drives through heavy traffic. Stops at the ACC logo where he is knocked down, but he's called for a travel. And that is another turnover for Carolina as I think Ingram, I'm not sure if his ankle twisted a bit as he immediately kind of tapped his right ankle and is now retying his shoe. Withers is going to come in, I think, for him to let him go and gather himself. Yes, he's going to come and talk or come to the Carolina bench to gather up as the Tar Heels turn it over. Officially, I said 16. That's the 15th turnover for Carolina. Either way, more than they want. 66-59. Heels by 7 before Florida State with the ball. Chandler Jackson back in around a screen, drives right to the lane and pushes it up over Withers. Jackson has 7. He only averages 4 points a game. He's hit some big buckets for the Noles late in the first half and now one here. It's a 5-point game, 66-61. Cadeau on the perimeter. As Bull Bowen guarding him. Crossover behind the back, out to Ryan. Still 12 on the shot clock. Ryan, 10 on the shot clock. Has it on the right wing. Ryan can't drive on the right. Shot clock down to 5. Crossover, Ryan to the baseline right. Hits the front iron with the jumper. Front to him, the right side of the iron as he missed it short from the baseline. Florida State with the rebound. Again, Carolina an empty possession as they've gone one of their last 9. FSU's cut a 10-point lead to 5. Chandler Jackson on the drive. Trying to go against R.J. Davis. Pushes it up and scores again. Jackson with 9, and it's a 3-point game. Florida State on a 7-0 run. They've made their last 4 shots. Heels one of their last 9. Carolina needs a bucket. 5:45 to go, up 3. R.J. Davis gets a high screen from Withers. That'll put a switch. Gainey guarding Davis. Davis stops at the right elbow, steps through the defense and banks it home. High degree of difficulty for Davis.
That was an impressive shot. We got to get some stops right here.
68-63 stops that 7-0 run by the Noles. Worley downhill, left of the lane, comes back out, passes to Primo Spears. Spears, jab step against Cormac Ryan. Crossover, fall away long 2, well too strong. Rebound, Karams into the corner, and out of bounds to the Tar Heels as there were bodies for both teams diving for the loose ball. Bull Bowen was touching it out of bounds. Ingram right back in. Withers will come out. Watkins, who had sat down for a while with 4 fouls, will replace Worley. 5:12 to play. Carolina up 68-63. It has been a battle all afternoon between the two teams that came in first and second place in the ACC this weekend. Heels at 8-0. Florida State at 6-2 in conference play. Cadeau guiding the offense on the left wing. Tried the lob, and Florida State tips it away. I think the play was there, but FSU's length played a role. They'll get a transition 3. No good by Bowen. Long rebound, though, run down by Florida State. Chandler Jackson loses the dribble out of bounds as he tries to drive left of the lane. It'll belong to the Tar Heels. I think Cadeau's pass was there, but man, Florida State's length played a role as they were able to tip it and get the steal for the 16th turnover by Carolina, including the 10th steal by the Noles. They come in leading the league at better than 9 per game. Carolina inbounding against the Florida State pressure. Long inbound sent to Cadeau. Cadeau going to try and drive on Spears. Spears did a nice job backing up and keeping his defensive position, so the Heels will set up in the half court. 4:35 to go. Carolina up 5. Cadeau, left of the lane, gets to the rim, can't finish. Ingram way up in the air for the tip in.
I thought he may have grabbed the rim on that. They didn't call it.
70-63. And a foul is called on R.J. Davis for getting his hands involved. That's 3 on Davis and 9 on Carolina. And so it'll be another 1-and-1 for Florida State. This time it is Watkins going to the line, where he is nearly 79%, 2 of 3 on the game. Florida State as a team is 0 of 4 from the stripe this half. 70-63. Deontay Green will come back in for Florida State, replacing Corin. Again, a 1-and-1 for Watkins. 4:20 to go. Watkins, 10 points in the first half, has not scored here in the second. Has a 1-and-1, which he makes the front end of. 70-64. Carolina was down 5 at halftime, has outscored Florida State 34-23 to this point in the second. Still 4:20 to play. Second one up by Watkins, and that one gets the roll. He's up to 12. Tar Heels against the full court pressure of Florida State. They had trouble getting it in the first half. They're able to get it in easily this time to R.J. Davis. Heels up 5, 70-65. Cadeau front side to Baycott. His pass on the right to Davis, nearly taken away. R.J. chases it down. Boy, he's going to try a tough three right in front of us. It was online, but strong. Baycott tips the rebound out to Cadeau. He'll pull up for 2, no good. And there's players for both sides down as the defensive board came to Florida State. And that will, with the officials stopping the action to let everybody gather themselves, that'll send us to the under 4 timeout. I think the officials want to look at the monitor about something too. Baycott, when he slapped that rebound out, may have made contact with a Seminole face. We'll have to wait and see. 3:56 to play. 70-65. Carolina, 3:56 to go from Learfield.
From the mountains to the coast, 2.5 million North Carolinians are members of an electric cooperative. As a co-op member, you're part of exciting efforts to power a brighter future in the Tar Heel state. From innovative energy projects that make the grid more resilient and sustainable, to initiatives that strengthen local communities and services that make managing your energy use easier, electric cooperatives are here for you. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Facing divorce or family law matters? Count on Wake Family Law Group. Led by board-certified family law specialists, we approach your divorce or custody case with integrity and meticulous attention to detail, aiming for positive outcomes for you. Rely on us to advocate for your interests and help you move forward. Serving the Triangle and surrounding counties, learn more at www.wakefamilylawgroup.com. Wake Family Law Group, your future, our priority.
Hello, Tar Heels. This is Jeff Denny. I played on championship teams for Coach Dean Smith, and now I've partnered with former teammate Pete Chilcutt to build another winning team at Generator Supercenter, serving you in the Triangle, Triad, and Central North Carolina with the #1 residential partner for Generac in North America. We offer sales, installation, and service with a Generac whole home backup generator, so your power will never go out. Go to Generator Supercenter of the Triangle.com for the game plan. That's Generator Supercenter of the Triangle.com.
.356 to play. Carolina 70, Florida State 65. They did take a look at that replay going under the hood presented by the Honda dealers of the Carolinas. Take your Tar Heel tailgate to the next level with the new Honda. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today. Nothing added to that play. Baycott was slapping out the rebound, did make contact with the knoll, but nothing added to the play. It will be Florida State's ball. We need to break 10 seconds. Station ID down the lines on the Tar Heel Sports Network. Timeouts. Each team has 2 fouls. Each team's been called for 9, including 8 of the last 10 in the game called on Carolina. And the possession arrow belongs to Florida State. 3:56 to go. Noles have the ball. Heels have the lead, 70-65. Carolina has Cadeau, Davis, Ryan, Ingram, Baycott as the 5 on the floor. Jones Angel, Pete Chilcutt here with you courtside in Tallahassee. Primo Spears coming front side on the right. Hands off to Jackson, now to Watkins. Watkins around a screen, gets right of the lane, gets too deep, is able to save it out to Jackson. His 3 is short. Rebound is loose. And a foul going to be called on Cormac Ryan as he and Jackson went for the loose ball rebound. That's 4 on Cormac Ryan and 10 on Carolina. So when the fouls were 7-1 Florida State, who would have guessed that the Tar Heels would put the Noles into the double bonus first? 2 shots for Chandler Jackson, who is a 78% shooter. He's come in off the bench and given the Noles some big buckets, but he misses that free throw. Short. It remains 70-65. Gets the second of the two-shot opportunity, and that one rattles in. 70-66 with 3:42 to go. Full court pressure from Florida State. Carolina gets it into Cadeau. Right back to Ryan, the inbounder. Right back to Cadeau. He'll come front side on the angle dribble. Crosses the timeline on the right. Guarded by Baba Miller. Cadeau. Drives by Miller. Hangs in the air. Can't get the roll. Miller challenged it a bit. Cadeau, though, had a good look. Florida State with the basketball. Carolina up 4 now. And Florida State stepped out of bounds as they pass it to Watkins on the right sideline. He tried to start his drive, and in doing so, as he planted to move, he steps out. That is the 13th turnover for the Noles, including 6 by Watkins. 3:13 to play, as this time it's R.J. Davis coming front side with the heels up 4. Dribbling in the center jump circle, guarded by Watkins. So much length on this FSU team, dwarfing the Tar Heel guards. Baycott comes out to set a screen. Davis works around it. His push shot is short. Rebound tipped. It's loose. Davis to the deck. Tried to save it. Ball still free. Cormac Ryan ends up with it. He'll circle back out and reset the offense. Picks up his dribble, though. He's in some trouble, and he takes a timeout with 12 on the shot clock and 2:42 on the game clock. Carolina up 4. Wanted to make sure that it got a good shot. Pete, 2:42 to go. What you got?
That was a huge loose ball pick up by the Heels. We got to win those 50-50 balls. I still think we're going to have to get really obviously good shots down the stretch, attacking those switches defensively. Going to have to get some stops. We've been doing a pretty good job, but with the fouls now, the fouls are an issue. We got to keep our hands off, play good position defense, stops, and getting good shots down the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, Cadeau who's had so much success getting to the rim. He's had some trouble recently. He's now 4 of 11 from the field. You know, Baycott only has 5 points in this game. He's only taken 4 shots and has not scored in the second half. Tar Heels have missed their last 4 shots in total. Currently up 4, 70-66 with 2:42 to go. Ryan is going to inbound right in front of us. Cadeau, Davis, Ryan, Ingram, Baycott. Ryan playing with 4 fouls. Cadeau has 3. Watkins 4 fouls for FSU. Cormac Ryan to throw it in. Bounces, and it's taken away. Spears gets the steal, so Carolina uses the timeout, but then Spears gets the steal and layup. He has 15, and the lead is just 2. A double whammy for the Heels as they take the timeout to try and get a good shot and instead turn it over. 70-68, a stoppage in play because the Noles are subbing. The ball had squirted away after Spears got the layup. Full court pressure by Florida State. Heels still haven't gotten the ball in. Ryan just does so before the 5-second count to Cadeau. 2:30 to play. It'll be R.J. Davis with the ball in his hands, well out on the right. Carolina's lead has been as large as 10 this half. It's down to 2. Deontay Green guarding R.J. Davis on a switch. Davis between the legs. Step back 3 on the way. Off the iron, no. Online a little short. Rebound to Florida State. Heels have missed their last 5 shots, haven't scored in more than 2 minutes. Noles can tie or take the lead. 2:03 to go. Baba Miller dribbling on the perimeter. Floats it to Watkins. Trying to back in against the much smaller R.J. Davis. Spins baseline. Double team there. Stripped by Ingram. Out of bounds off Ingram. 12 on the shot clock. Carolina 0 of its last 5. 1 of its last 7 from the field. 1:56 to go. Spears to inbound. Long inbounds goes to Watkins. To Baba Miller. Run off the 3-point line. Drives in, out to Watkins. He'll try a 3 for the lead. No good. Rebound to Cadeau. Cadeau. Got to get front side. And just does before the 10-second count. Hubert Davis furiously calling out the play. 15 on the shot clock for the Heels. They're up 2. 90 seconds to go in Tallahassee. Cadeau. Guarded by Deontay Green. Gets him to the paint. His spinning left-hander won't go. And rebound to Florida State. The Noles with another chance to tie or take the lead. Primo Spears drives deep, sends it to Darren Green, back to Spears. 1:13 to play. Spears uses a screen to get left side and loses it out of bounds as he dribbled it off his foot. Lee Cassell says he will look at the monitor to see. You can do that under 2 minutes. 1:09 to go. 17 on the shot clock. And we will wait. They showed the replay here. Baycott, well...
Yeah, I think Armando hit that out.
Baycott swipes at the ball, and then the question is, did A, he touch it, and B, if he did Spears touch it after that? We are now getting another look here in arena. It's going to be really close. Call on the floor is Carolina ball. Heels are 1 of their last 8, 0 of their last 6 from the floor. Have not scored in more than 3 minutes. Clinging to a 2-point lead. 69 seconds to go. Timeouts. Noles have 2. Heels have 1. Fouls. Both teams in the double bonus. Carolina, even with all those fouls on Florida State, has only taken 6 free throws this half.
Yeah, they haven't fouled in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. And possession arrow belongs to Florida State. Lee Cassell taking a long look at this. A view under the hood presented by the Honda dealers of the Carolinas. Take your Tar Heel tailgate to the next level with a new Honda. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today. If it's Carolina's ball, they would have the 2-point lead and the ball with 1:09 to go. If it's Florida State's ball, the shot clock currently reads 17. And it is going to be Carolina basketball. So after the review, it will be Tar Heel ball with 1:09 to go. 30 on the shot clock. So certainly no need for Florida State to foul here in a 2-point game. Heels have to first get the ball in. That has been challenging at times today. Ryan will be the inbounder. Davis, Cadeau, Ryan, Ingram, and Baycott. The 5 on the floor. Florida State's going to use 5 to guard 4. Miller has his back to Ryan. Inbounds goes to R.J. Davis. Right on the baseline, but once he gets it in, Florida State eases up. R.J. Davis comes front side on the left. Carolina up 2 with the ball. Less than a minute to go. R.J. Davis wants a screen, gets it from Baycott. Guarded by Deontay Green. R.J. dancing on the perimeter. Now he's going to drive. Stops at the ACC logo. His shot crawls in for 2. Carolina up 4.
Big shot right there. I love that.
72-68. Florida State the other way. Baba Miller on the perimeter. Hands off to Darren Green around a couple of screens. Sends it to Watkins. Spinning into the paint shot. Blocked by Ingram. Into the hands of Ryan. 31 seconds to go. Carolina gets it to R.J. Davis, and he is fouled. 29.3 to go. Ingram rotated over and blocked the shot. Heels up 4 with Davis going to the line. Foul is on Green, Deontay Green, his 3rd. 2 shots for Davis, as that was the 10th foul on FSU.
That was great help by Harrison. Big play right there.
So 2 shots for R.J. Davis, 29.3 to go. Davis has 21 to lead the Tar Heels scoring, including that big bucket a moment ago. 2 shots for Davis. First one is good. He's the leading free throw shooter in the ACC. Withers will replace Cadeau. Also, for the first time, Tom House. 14 of his 17 shots this year have been threes. Comes in for Florida State. Carolina up 5, 73-68 with another free throw coming for Davis. Deep breath, spins, shoots, got it. Florida State will inbound to Spears. He's going to roll it. Carolina comes into the backcourt to force him to pick it up. Big screen in the backcourt, gets Spears front side. Drives against Baycott. His circus shot won't go. The tip-in won't drop. Ingram with the rebound. He'll protect the ball. Now give it to R.J. Davis. 19.2 to go. Ingram with a block and a rebound on the last 2 defensive efforts from the Heels. The foul on Baba Miller, his 4th. And 2 more free throws coming for R.J. Davis. Florida State, after shooting better than 50% in the first half, is shooting 38% here in the second half. 2 more coming for Davis. 19.2 to play. First one. Good. It's now a 7-point lead. 75-68. Carolina looking to move to 9-0 in the league and win its 10th consecutive game. Free throw from Davis. It rattles out. Here comes Florida State the other way. Heels up 7. 14 seconds to go. FSU going to try a long distance 3. No good. R.J. Davis with the rebound. Had it tipped away. He recovers. Pitches ahead to Bacot. He's going to protect the ball. Florida State will not foul. The top 2 teams in the ACC.
Big win right there.
With a big-time battle in Tallahassee this afternoon, and it is Carolina that for the 10th consecutive game makes the plays and walks away a winner. Tar Heels win it 75-68. Florida State misses its last 5 shots, does not score for the final 2:36 of the game, and that Tar Heel defense does it again. Carolina wins it by 7. Heels 17-3, 9-0 in conference play. Florida State, valiant effort from the Noles, 12-8, 6-3 in ACC action. Don't go anywhere. Coach post-game report coming up. We'll talk to Coach Davis. We'll get a player. Pete will give you his thoughts. Dave will go through the stats and other scores as well. Tar Heels a winner again. They're still unblemished in conference action with the 7-point win in Tallahassee from Learfield.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance was just named one of America's best insurance companies by Forbes and the nation's best auto insurer in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card for the 3rd year in a row. Sometimes being the best means being a little different. Our difference is our people. And with agents in every county, you've got local award-winning service right in your backyard. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
They're not just the Tar Heels, they're your Tar Heels. Customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today to show your Carolina pride with every purchase. Get started at wellsfargo.com/Tar Heels. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official bank of Carolina Athletics. Copyright 2023. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A. Member FDIC.
Thank you to the more than 57,000 people who gave to UNC last year. Your gifts are helping Carolina make discoveries, find cures, improve lives, award scholarships, win championships, serve our state, and change the world. To learn more about the power of giving to Carolina, visit giving.unc.edu.
Would you like to learn how AI-driven financial strategies can empower you to meet evolving challenges with confidence? OneStream can help you do just that. It's the next generation intelligent finance platform that streamlines corporate performance management processes such as planning, forecasting, financial close, and consolidation. Choose the smarter option. Choose OneStream. Go to onestream.com/AI and streamline your business today.
A caring man took a walk. He saw people suffering. Anxiety ran high. Hatred rose. I'll prepare a feast and bring them together, he thought. But some refused to join him. He was heartbroken because he wanted everyone to be filled. Not with food and wine, but with compassion.
Jesus welcomed all to the table. Visit hegetsus.com to learn more.
For any surface and every season, Continental Tire is the smart choice in tires. From ultra-high-performance tires like the Extreme Contact Sport to passenger touring tires to all-terrain light truck tires like the Terrain Contact AT, Continental has a tire that gives you confidence no matter the road conditions. Whether you're looking for summer, all-season, or winter tires, Continental Tire has something to fit your needs. Visit ContinentalTire.com to find your ideal tire. Continental Tire, a proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
Carolina storms back in the second half and secures another W. This one comes at the expense of Florida State, 75-68, as we say hello and welcome into the Coca-Cola post-game report. We've got about another hour's worth of Carolina stats, info, conversations, interviews, final thoughts, and, of course, scores on the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. Again, Carolina down 5 at the break, outscores FSU 39-27 in the second half to win 75-68. There's one game in progress right now. Clemson leads at Duke 11-8. This game only about 5 minutes old. Some earlier finals. Miami holds off Pittsburgh 72-68 in Coral Gables. Boston College gets a road win at Notre Dame 61-58, and Virginia trounces Louisville 69-52. As far as what's happening inside the ranks of the top 25, Illinois up a point on Indiana 42-41 with 16:27 to play in the ball game. Auburn and Mississippi State tied at 21 at the half. It's TCU 12, Baylor 11 midway through the first. Utah State's jumped out to a 6-point advantage at Boise State midway through the first, 19-13. Colorado State with a 10-9 advantage at Wyoming with inside 10 to play before halftime in that matchup. Earlier finals, number 4 Houston gets by Kansas State 74-52. 14th ranked Marquette with the 75-57 victory against Seton Hall. Iowa State upsets number 7 Kansas 79-75 in Ames. And Texas Tech gets a road win at Oklahoma 85-84. Let us not forget BYU's win at home against Texas 84-72. Carolina gets the road win at Florida State. And the Tar Heels improved to 17-3 and 9-0 atop the ACC standings. We'll hear from Coach Davis and plenty more when we come back after this from Learfield.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talking basketball. But legendary teams let their performance do the talking. Like the Ford Bronco SUV. Rugged and powerful, so you can conquer just about any terrain. Connectivity that allows you to stay in touch. Designed to make your adventures worth talking about for years to come. Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. That's what legends are made of. See your Carolina Ford dealer today. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
Steel gives you more than just reliable landscaping tools. Steel gives you battery-powered equipment trusted by the pros. From mowers and blowers to chainsaws and trimmers, take on your outdoor space with a name pros trust. Right now, save $20 on the BGA 57 battery blower set, including the AK-20 battery and AL101 battery charger. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. Available for a limited time at participating dealers while supplies last.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Tar Heel fans, this is Hubert Davis, head men's basketball coach at the University of North Carolina. Carolina fans are the best in the nation, and I'm so thankful for your support. Just like our team relies on solid fundamentals, you need the right foundation for your feet. And that's where the Good Feet store comes in. Their team of trained arch support specialists will find a personalized solution for you to help relieve foot, back, knee, and even hip pain. Support your heels today and head to the Good Feet store in Chapel Hill, Raleigh, Greensboro, and a new location in Wilmington.
They're not just the Tar Heels, they're your Tar Heels. Customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today to show your Carolina pride with every purchase. Get started at wellsfargo.com/Tar Heels. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official bank of Carolina Athletics. Copyright 2023. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A. Member FDIC.
Your one stop for all college sports is the Varsity app and the brand new Varsity Network website. thevarsitynetwork.com. Keep up with your favorite teams and the rest of college sports, no matter where you are, with thevarsitynetwork.com. Live and on-demand broadcasts, your favorite college-centric podcasts, with stories and video around college sports and your favorite teams. Be sure to download the Varsity app and check out the brand new Varsity Network website, thevarsitynetwork.com.
Attention Tar Heel fans, if you've had any alcohol as a part of your game day activities, make sure you don't get behind the wheel. There are more ways than ever to get home safely. Call a friend, a cab, take a bus, or app your ride, as Steels will ride home from Tallahassee happy. 75-68 winners. As we welcome you back to the Coca-Cola postgame report, Dave Nathan here in studio. Pete Chilcutt on the road, and we'll hear from Jones and Coach Davis momentarily when they're ready to talk. But Pete, to come back from 5 down at the half, overcome a season-high 17 turnovers, and beat a team like Florida State. This was no small feat pulled off by the Tar Heels today.
Absolutely not, Dave. And, you know, as a player, you know, I know kind of what to expect on the road, but I think maybe the casual fan thinks these games are going to be easy. These teams aren't that great, but this is a battle. This was a struggle. You're not going to play as efficiently and as good as you do at home on the road, and you're going to be tested. I mean, the refs seemed like they came out in the last part of that second half and just were hammering us with some touch fouls, and then we couldn't score. We couldn't be efficient like we were in the first half. So some of those things were just things that happened on the road. So, I mean, this was a battle that you ask anybody in that locker room, we'll take any kind of win we can get, but it was a hard fought for sure.
And free throw shooting is almost a carbon copy of the first game where Carolina had such an advantage. The Tar Heels 19 of 24 at the line. That means another 1,900 meals donated to a local area food bank through Food Lion Feeds. Score to give more program. FSU only got there 11 times and was 5 of 11 at the stripe. And that certainly mitigated a lot of the damage that Florida State was able to do.
Yeah, it is, and it did. You know, we have built a kind of a tradition here of just getting to the basket because of how we play. Night in, night out, we got to be aggressive going to the basket. We're going to get some of those calls. Sometimes we won't. But we got to be able to have a foundation of how we're going to build our team, and it's going to be defensively. It's going to be getting to the line. It's going to be taking smart shots. All that stuff, especially getting to the line, is invaluable in any game, but especially on the road because we're going to struggle sometimes on the road shooting and making some key shots, but we can be consistent on that free throw line, and did a great job today of getting to the line.
To that point, Elliot Cadeau, only 4 of 12 shooting, but 8 of 9 at the free throw line. Also had 6 assists. We'll hear from him a little bit later on. Let's check in with Jones and Coach Davis right now.
Yeah, Dave, thank you. Yeah, Carolina made the plays down the stretch, 75-68. The Tar Heels win their 10th consecutive game, taking Florida State's best shot today in Tallahassee. Coach, this was an intense game from the start and close game from the start. Your team made a bunch of big plays in the second half. Your thoughts on this big win?
Well, I thought the guys really stepped it up defensively. You know, Florida State in the first half shot 50%, and then, you know, we held them to 36 in the second half. We took care of the basketball because we had 12 in the first half, only had 5 in the second half, and that's our 10th straight game that we out-rebounded an opponent. And so then you combine that with our ability to get to the free throw line and make free throws, that allows us to come away with a huge win on the road against a Florida State team that I don't want to see anymore in the regular season.
You mentioned the defense. What did you feel like your team did better defensively in that second half to bring that shooting percentage way down?
Well, 2 things. One, I felt like our awareness early. You know, we were playing. I always talk to them about playing defense before you play defense, not just when your guy gets the ball. Like something is coming, so you got to be in the stance, be ready to get after it. And I thought we did a better job of that. And also, I thought we did a really good job of defending without fouling. You know, they're second in the ACC in terms of free throw attempts. So for us to hold them to only 11 free throw attempts, that's huge. And that was something that we wanted to do coming into this game.
Carolina took 24 free throw attempts, made 19 of them in the ballgame. Coach, there was a stretch in that second half where Elliot Cadeau was getting to the rim almost at will and made a bunch of big buckets or distributed to help you guys get the lead back. What did you like
from your freshman today?
Well, I thought he did a really good job of getting to the basket. You know, he has that ability to be able to break down pretty much any defender and be able to get to the basket and also distribute as well. I think he had 6 assists. But also learning when you don't have it and being able to distribute the basketball. But, you know, who brought us home was RJ and Harrison. I mean, I hate leaning on RJ so much, but I've leaned on him for 4 straight years. So I'm accustomed and used to it. And then Harrison, I mean, 13 points, 17 rebounds. He's just a beast on both ends of the floor. That block that he had sealed the game, weak side defense. And so just really happy and really proud of the guys.
Last thing, Coach, what is allowing this team, particularly on the road? You've been in some games where, let's say, maybe the 6-minute mark or so on the road, it's been a close game, but it's been your team that has made the plays down the stretch. What do you think has allowed them to do that time after time?
It's the same thing over and over again. It's the discipline in the details. Who are going to get the box outs? Who's going to defend without fouling? Who's going to get the loose balls? Who's going to, from an offensive standpoint, are you going to be able to execute your plays? Are you going to make your free throws? Are you going to knock down open shots? It's very simple. And so, you know, in that time, which team, the discipline and the details are more consistent? And that's something that we have talked about from the start with this group that we want to be good at. And also, we're having success in those situations, and it's building confidence. And so in those situations, you know, all of us in the huddle, like we've been here before, we can do it again.
Carolina stays unbeaten in ACC play, wins its 10th consecutive game. Coach, as always, thank you for your time and congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And that is the Continental Tire Coach's Corner after the Tar Heels beat Florida State 75-68. We'll pump the brakes here on the postgame report, come back and fill you in on stats, highlights. Adam Lucas will chat with Elliot Cadeau and give you an updated look on the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. But the score that matters most is Carolina beating Florida State in Tallahassee, a huge ACC road win for the Tar Heels, who are now 17-3 overall, 9-0 in the ACC, and it's a 75-68 final from Learfield.
We know there's only one team you want to watch, and Bally Sports is the place to get your Tar Heels. Join Bally Sports every week as we dive into the heart of the action with exclusive interviews with coaches and players across UNC athletics. Relive every incredible highlight and get in-depth breakdowns from each game. Watch Carolina Insider on Bally Sports South every Monday at 3 and stream it on the Bally Sports app. Bally Sports, home of the only team you want to watch.
This is Jones Angel, voice of the Tar Heels. And as a parent, I know nothing is more important than the safety of our children. More than 22% of teen-involved crashes per year in North Carolina are the result of distracted driving. Help protect our teenage drivers by ensuring they practice safe driving habits and avoid distracted driving. Always encourage your teens to put down the phone while driving and lead by example. Let's have a hands-free NC. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoHeels.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog